Attention, brave viewers. This video features adults immersed in a spine-chilling horror RPG experience. The content likely includes supernatural elements, horror-related events, and potentially scenes of violence. Viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy.
We were latchkey kids with wild hearts and minds, deep lake secrets we left behind. Public access dreams on a twisted screen. TV Odyssey, what did it mean? Now we're back, the town's forgotten too, searching for the echoes of our afternoons. Unsettling tapes with the eerie glow, hidden in the shadows of what we used to know. Returning to Deep Lake, where the past and present shake, searching for the truth we see in the memories faint and bleak. Returning to Deep Lake with the clues that time won't break. TV Odyssey's haunting call will unravel, reveal it all. Every face we meet wears a different past in Deep Lake's mystery. The die is cast, flickering horrors on magnetic reels. What was real and what did they conceal?
That is live. There we go. Howdy, friends and floorheads. It is Saturday afternoon. We are on our final mystery for public access. Got a couple preliminary things to do. I mentioned the final mystery at the end of the last episode. I've refined it a little bit. I think I've made it better, so I'll reiterate it to everybody what the final mystery is. But we've got a couple things. One, you'll notice everybody's conditions are cleared, so that everybody's starting off with a clean slate. I do want a quick recount, starting with you, Kyle. How many keys do you have left?
Left. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Including desolation?
How many keys have you not marked?
8 altogether.
Okay. How about for you, Nick?
6.
DZ?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right. And Vaslav?
7 as well.
All right. Beautiful. So one thing that I have been bad about, and I feel bad about it now, but enough time has passed on previous ones. I have not been giving you rewards at the end of your mysteries. So let's go ahead and do the reward for the end of the Whisper. There's 4 of them, and we're going to roll a die and let you guys pick in order. So let's all roll a D6 real quick. Actually, make it a D20 so they have a huge variance. Let's figure out highest goes first. Oh, they're nice.
Bam! Oh, yeah. Tables have turned.
Yeah. We're going to need a roll off between DZ and Vaslav. All right. So looks like, Nick, you're going to get first grab at this. So here are your 4 options for rewards. And these are things that you'll add to your house. You can have a pack of Ashford menthol cigarettes and add that to the corner of your house. You can have an adopted kitten from the boarded up house, name it, and add it to your corner. You can have a souvenir from the investigation, but you have to ask another latchkey what it is, and then you add it to your corner. And then we have that twice. So two souvenirs that other latchkeys will give you and add it to your corner, the kitten or a pack of menthol cigarettes. Which one do you want, Nick?
I want a souvenir.
Okay. Kyle, can you give Richard a souvenir from the Whisper?
Wasn't he wearing that one strange smoker? Wasn't he wearing a coat?
He was.
Like a long coat. Yeah. So you get that coat.
Yeah, black trench coat. Perfect. All right. And then who got next? Was it Cody? Yeah. So Kyle, what do you want? The cigarettes, the kitten, or the 4th souvenir?
I'll take the pack of smokes.
All right. Add a pack of menthol cigarettes. And then who's next? DZ or is it Mike? Vaslav, do you want the kitten or do you want the souvenir?
want the souvenir and mainly so that DZ gets the kitten. So the souvenir for me.
Fine with that.
All right. So Richard, Nick, can we give Mike a souvenir from the Whisper?
Give him a kitten.
Give him a mouse.
Oh my gosh. From the Whisper.
I have
the some off maybe local brand of hard liquor that we used at the house to get what's her face drunk.
Perfect.
It's a mini shooter of it with that label on it.
Airplane bottle. An airplane bottle. Perfect. Airplane bottle of liquor. So Vaslav, an airplane bottle. It's like you see it. You guys have those mini liquor bottles that are about that big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are
one
usually
shot.
like for marketing and
Yes,
stuff.
yeah, they're called
okay.
in the States we call them airplane bottles because that's what they serve on the airplanes. They have those little bottles when you
Oh,
fly.
that makes
Just
sense.
call 'em
Yeah, I
breakfast.
didn't get that connection.
I was gonna
Or
say,
DZ
Texas,
calls
we
it
call 'em
breakfast.
roadies in Texas. So.
All right, so DZ, I need to know about this adopted kitten. What's the adopted kitten's name?
But
Perfect. BUTT.
yeah. Does that go in my corner of the house?
It goes in your
or-
corner. It does.
Okay.
All right.
Right, he's
also
he's black. He's a black with he's like a tuxedo.
nice. How about advancements? Advancements as we go into our final mystery. I know. I think Richard, you advanced. What'd you do?
I bumped up a point in composure as he's getting more accustomed and used to the situation that we're in with all these crazy things. He's holding his own a little bit more now.
All right. Was that the only advancement?
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the new question. This is complexity 6. This is your final question. I need you to explain what happened to TV Odyssey and why does it threaten Deep Lake and beyond? Part 2 of that question, all under the same complexity 6, is what can stop that threat? The opportunity it unlocks. Go ahead.
For those 2 questions, we roll only once, or do we have to like solve it 2 times?
No, yeah. So what you want to do is the clues will have to be for one or the other. They can't all be for one, right? So you want to use a combination of clues to answer both questions, but you could have just one clue answer the second question or the first question. But all the collection, then you'll roll once for that 2-part question. The opportunity it unlocks once you answer those questions is you can save Deep Lake by eliminating, satisfying, or redirecting the threat. So it's morning. You guys watched an Odyssey tape last night. You guys are in bed. What's too early for everybody? 6 a.m. Everybody would still be in bed at 6 a.m.
9.
All right. If everybody's still in bed at 6 a.m., let's make it 6 a.m. And Gerard, your phone rings in your room.
I'm not used to having a phone in my bedroom, so I'm confused at first. But then I'll get up and then pick it up.
Maybe it's under some laundry or something. So you pick it up and you hear a voice that you can't pinpoint, but it's familiar and you can't figure out why. He says, hey kid, you there?
Yeah.
Listen, things are completely out of control and I can't help you anymore. Deep Lake and the signal can see you. The signal has your scent. But I need you to write something down. Do you have pencil, paper?
Yeah.
Okay,
I've
write
got,
this
like,
down.
Morning gunk in my throat.
You ready?
Yeah.
Nails are cheap when all the hammers are broken. Then you hear the
Who?
So that's your last wild clue. So currently you guys have 4 wild clues left that can be used to answer this question. Very quickly, you have the postcard that says, don't bother me, I'm diving in Deep Lake. And on the back, it says, don't go swimming. You also have a set of polyhedral dice with a note saying, don't play. You have a 1988 TV guide with entries for TV Odyssey with dates and times, but no titles. And now you have this phrase, nails are cheap when all the hammers are broken.
I don't think I can go back to sleep after that, so I'm getting up and I'll make like just a shit ton of eggs, so there's enough eggs for everybody when they wake up.
And I think Bud is kind of like, trying to get your attention, rubbing up against your leg.
Yeah, I'm not used. I don't think Gerard is a pet owner, so I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you too, buddy.
And I think, Gerard, with the phone call and, getting up earlier, having Butt there just kind of, bothering you. I don't think you've been very myopic, I think, as you've been walking around. Okay, I'm going to get eggs. I'm going to get milk for Butt. I'm just going to do this. And just out of the corner of your eye, you stop for a second. You turn and look in the living room. The TV's gone. And where you have been stacking these Odyssey tapes, they are also all gone.
Well, that figures. The spot on the carpet where the TV was is just like a perfect square of like
Actually,
clean.
yeah. Well, the furniture it was on like kind of like a TV stand.
Oh yeah.
That is there. And then below it was the VCR. There's a DVD player there now.
Oh.
But not attached to any TVs.
Okay. Wait. I'm looking at the DVD player then. Does it look like it's been there for a while?
It looks brand new.
Okay, is it plugged in? Like, does it turn on?
Mm-hmm.
I hit eject.
Nothing pops out.
What does the clock say?
Blinking 12. And if it has that fresh out of the box smell.
Yeah, I'm just like picking up, turning it over, seeing if there's anything unusual.
Yeah, why don't we do a little meddling move then, huh?
Let's do it.
And let's do that with reason.
Meddling.
Now, as a quick reminder to everybody, look at the corner of your house. We're on our last mystery, and you don't lose what's in the corner of your house, but you can use what's in the corner of your house once. Anything left unchecked potentially would give you advantage if it makes sense.
I'll use my Starship Enterprise keychain because I believe we said that there's a screwdriver end on it. I'm gonna be prying open or unscrewing.
So you're taking this damn thing apart.
If I don't see anything on the outside, I'm going inside.
All right. You open this thing up.
Should I roll?
Oh, you should roll, yeah. What the hell?
With reason?
Yeah, please. Very nice. So you unscrew this thing, like the sticker that they put across it's voiding your warranty. If you open it up, that has not been touched. You open it up and everything looks right, but the smell. So you get an overwhelming smell of chlorine and pine sol, and just obnoxious, just fills your nostrils, almost makes you gag a little bit. So that is now your fifth clue, an overwhelming smell of chlorine and pine sol.
Dwarf also.
I'm gonna close that up so that the smell doesn't go everywhere.
Yeah. And it seems contained too. So interestingly enough, that the smell dissipates pretty quickly when you put the back on and the bottom and screw it on. Who's waking up next?
At this point, Cody's probably waking up from the sound of the phone ringing and from Gerard clanking on a bunch of metal trying to open up a box. So I just wander into the living room, smell of eggs. Morning, what you doing? As you're like over the DVD player.
We got an upgrade.
And at this point, I'm looking around, noticing the TV's gone. Okay.
Well, we can pick up a TV and a DVD of Spaceballs on the way home today. But oh, go ahead. I made eggs. Go ahead and grab some.
Yeah, I head to the kitchen, and grab some eggs, and just sit down at the table. I'm kind of thankful that the TV and tapes are gone.
We didn't get to watch the last one though.
Is that so bad?
You didn't want to see. I wrote it down. Well, I guess it couldn't have been that good. I can't remember the title.
So I think Richard wakes up from the ring, but doesn't get up. But then he keeps hearing a cat. It's like, is that a cat? And that's what sparks his interest. So he comes out and, guys, did I hear a cat?
Yeah. Yeah. I have no excuse. I mean, I couldn't just leave him there. It was at the Whisper House. Now, who knows? He might know all of our secrets, actually. So we better keep our eyes on him.
Yeah. I lean down and instantly takes me back to a childhood moment of a family cat, and pick this black and white kitten up off the ground and just start cuddling and loving on this thing, and sit on the couch and just, I'm in my own zone. Richard is just finally in a place in his head where there's some peace, and enjoying petting this cat.
I think Butt is one of those cats that will like climb up on your shoulders and sit on one of your shoulders as long as he's small enough.
Kind of the calming effect, Richard, of having that cat, and it's just nuzzling its head. Can't get close enough to you as you're giving it all of this attention. You're startled because there's a knock at the door.
Guys, you want to get that? I got a cat on my lap.
I've got like eggs.
I'm sleeping.
Fine.
Gerard?
I haven't started eating it. I'll get it.
So you open up the door. Gerard and Casey's standing there.
Oh, hey,
He's
Casey.
in a tank top. He's got kind of the longboard shorts on. He's got a towel over his shoulder, like a beach towel over his shoulder. You can see that he's got sunscreen on his face. And he goes, "All right, guys, you got to do it. If you're going to be here, we got to go."
Okay.
So
I guess we gotta go, guys.
Get your swim trunks, and I mean, shit. I mean, it's already 7:00. They probably already set up everything.
Okay. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Dude, today's the Deep Lake Heatwave Hootenanny down at the lake. Every year. It's like the only thing us Lakeans look forward to every year.
Isn't
It's
there
got
arsenic in
rides.
that lake?
I don't know. I don't think I've swam
Was
in it
that-
long enough. Like
Was-
it's real cold and stuff. I mean, there's
Is that
people
real?
swimming in it all.
Was that an urban legend? It's probably an urban legend.
Maybe ask your computer geek friend there. He probably knows
Yeah,
about
I
it.
suppose.
But yeah, man, they got like
Okay.
carnival rides. Everybody from town will be there. They got like amazing baked pretzels, ices. Like you guys, like you can't come back here and not go to the Hootenanny.
All right. Okay. That honestly, I think we could probably use it. So, we're
There's
not
no
all
eggs.
awake yet. So, yeah. Take your shoes off. But yeah, come in.
All
and
right,
have
cool,
some.
man. Like, dude, I have not had breakfast.
I guess if there's food there, but yeah. Well, let's get everybody up
And he's walked past you at this point. He's finding a plate, and he's serving up some eggs, and sits next to you, Cody, and just shoveling eggs into his face. And he goes, what's the thing? He goes, "Man, did you hear about that Cavillo girl that went missing?"
I look around to everyone else who's awake. Have we? I've lost track.
If that's the girl that used to live in this house. Then
Shit,
yeah.
that's right, man. I think the Cavillos did live here. I didn't even think about that. Anyway, freaking Hanscom found her.
Is she okay?
I guess so. I don't know. But like everybody's all worried about her, and there's freaking signs up everywhere, and like the signs are gone, and everybody's saying that they found her. She was at some friend's house and playing some stupid game, and she's mad. My mom is pissed because she didn't tell her that she was doing a sleepover and whatnot. But
Yeah, I mean, I hate with a missing child to say that was next on our to-do list, but we were gonna get to that one.
old Hanscom, man, he got it.
Yeah, he's good, dude. I'm gonna go get Mike up.
So yeah, well, what's all the commotion? As Mike is basically you're trying to get to the door to Mike, and he's like opening the door, half like pulling up his pants to get to not get loose in the commotion. What's happening? Who's this guy here?
Oh, so
Oh wait,
Casey's
wait,
here.
wait a minute. Are you all having eggs, and you didn't left any for me? Even the cat is having the eggs. And since when do we have cat? Like, really, guys? Really, this is what it has come to? Like, poor old Mike doesn't have any eggs. Yeah,
Really, this is a bad morning for you because we've had some doozies here.
imagine, like, the eggs is the only happy thing left for me in here. It's the
I
eggs,
didn't use them
having
all.
calm breakfast, having coffee, and just getting the shit done that we all did. And now I don't even have my eggs.
I'll make you some. It takes like 10 seconds. Anyway, Casey is here, and he says that there's a big festival, which honestly to me sounds like an opportunity to get to the bottom of some of this stuff. So I think we should go.
Wait a where did the VHS player go and the TV? What happened?
Man,
Dude, did you guys pawn the TV?
we're like,
I guess somebody
I
has
don't
to
think
pay
it
for
was
the
worth-
eggs, Casey.
Well, hey guys, like in all seriousness though, like make sure you have sunscreen and stuff. Like, anybody have like a newspapers or a radio or something? And he turns to you, Cody. Goes, "How about on your computer thingy? Can we get the weather?"
The weather, like at this point, Cody, the mention of Deep Lake, his stomach kind of dropped, and he stopped eating, and he's kind of a little foggy at this point. It's just computer, right? Weather, and I just look out the window. It seems fine. The weather looks good.
I guess I'm just saying it's going to get real hot, guys. So like you're probably going to wear a hat or, definitely bring your swim trunks, and like sunscreen. My mom watches Oprah and says sunscreen is you have to have on sunscreen.
I might have a straw hat in the car or something. I don't know. It's the best I can do.
You
For
don't
me,
want-
sunscreen
if
like
if no one has one, we'll stop at a quick stop.
So breakfast finishes up. We cut to the five of you in the car. He's giving you directions to Deep Lake. You stop by at local drugstore, pick up some sunscreen. Casey is insisting on putting music on the radio. And he's like singing along to a song and just kind of jamming out. And what happens is the radio goes static. But for some reason, Casey keeps singing the song as if the song is still playing. And you just hear from the car radio and just as you reach for the dial, whoever reaches for the dial, right before you reach for it, two things happen. First, you hear very clearly behind that static a voice. And all it says is, "Go home." And then there's a brief half second or so of static. The song comes back, totally synchronized with Casey singing.
So did you?
Yeah.
Also, the radio thing.
Yeah. Something is feeling threatened, I think.
Well, technically we are home, so we might as well stay here. You know what I mean? I guess that's what that meant, right?
I'm like in the backs because there's 5 of us in this car right now, and I'm in the back seat in the middle. I'm in the bad seat, and I'm like, it's giving me flashbacks to when I was a kid and we would carpool to school, and like I had my parents made a deal with like the parents of the kids down the street for them to take me to school, but their sons hated me and spent the whole morning ride every single day like punching me in the leg and just tormenting me, and it's making me very tense.
So you finally kind of get a little bit out of town, and you're taken down this gravel road that after you go through, there's a fence and the gates opened on the fence, and you go down this gravel road, and now you can see the lake. And I don't know, we haven't been tracking every minute of every day with the 4 of you, so I think for some of you, maybe for all of you, it's the first time you've seen the lake in a very long time. And it's long enough that you can't see the far shore, but it's only about a mile and a half wide, and it seems to kind of end here at the town of Deep Lake. And there's kind of a manufactured public beach area and a huge parking lot. And at this point, it's about 9 a.m. in the morning, and already things are popping off. You have got a Ferris wheel set up in one of the parking lots and carnival rides. There's tented booths all over the place. You can smell the food, the fried dough that's being made at some of the booths. There's banners and streamers, all red, yellows, and oranges, and they're all fluttering around there. You can hear all kinds of chatter and laughter as the citizens of Deep Lake are enjoying it. There are kids and adults playing in the lake. People have blankets set out and they're sitting on the beach. And I mean, Deep Lake's been a pretty dark place for the 4 of you. And this is such a stark contrast to that. Everybody looks really happy and just very much enjoying this. And Casey's in the back with you, Gerard, and he kind of elbows you and he goes, "Dude, I told you, this is so much fun. You gotta ride the whirly wheel.
Okay,
But don't eat
please
first.
do not elbow me.
Oh, sorry, dude. Okay.
It's okay. Just
But seriously though, we got the whirly wheel. Just like you gotta let those eggs digest a little bit more. But man, it is a banging ride, and like the guy who runs it usually doesn't have a whole lot of teeth, but it's a killer ride.
Yeah, that's we might as well, right? We might as well enjoy for a little bit. Why not? This might be.
yeah.
might
So
be the
I
thing
mean,
that-
I don't know what y'all are thinking. I think this is a good opportunity. I mean, yes, let's cut loose a little bit, but this is also a good opportunity to. I mean, everybody's here. It's right on the lake. Like, we might not get another chance at investigating some of this stuff. So, what's the plan here? Should we split up, stay together?
let's get a beer, corn dog, and maybe go to the whirly ride, and we'll see. We'll see where that takes
I hear
us,
not
right?
that order.
Sorry.
I hear not that order. Whirly ride right before the beer.
So who's driving, by the way?
Probably Richard at this point.
So Richard, traffic slows down the closer you get to the main parking area for the beach. And what they've done is they've kind of split the parking. There's an area for cars, and then the other area they have all these carnival rides, and the booths and games kind of spill down to the beach itself. So it's back-to-back traffic. Finally, you get into the parking lot. It's like a buck. Some teenagers there with an apron collecting dollars for the parking. and you have to do a little bit of the Walmart back and forth up and down the lanes before you find an open parking spot. And you do, kind of in the middle. Damn, it'd be nice if it was a little bit closer, but you slowly turn into the parking spot, and bam, you get hit from behind to the point where it spins the car like 90 degrees. Like you have been hit. And you look over and you can see a woman in a Cadillac. And immediately you see her go, oh my, like she's got that, oh my God, look on her face. It's Patient's head, the head of the HOA. And she gets out of the car and she's like, oh my God, I am so sorry. Is everybody okay? She comes right over to the car.
But what were you doing? What? Were you not paying attention? You were
No,
like just...
I was behind you this whole time in line, and I was, waiting like I was looking for a parking spot like you, and you guys slowed down, and I swear to God, I hit the brakes, and the car just lurched forward, and oh my God, I feel so terrible, and like,
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, no offense, but this car can probably hit 3 of your cars and still be okay. But you look at the car, Richard, and the entire back left corner is crushed in.
Oh God, my back. Oh my God. Okay, lady, what in the world happened? There's no way this just magically happened.
I don't know. I must have been confused. I swear to God, I hit the brake. And it just lurched forward like I'd hit the gas. I feel absolutely terrible. And she's like going through her purse and she's pulling out like insurance cards. And she goes, maybe we can call the sheriff. I mean, obviously my insurance is going to pay for everything. I hope everybody's okay. And you hear Casey in the backseat goes, "You've been drinking again, Patience?" And she kind of gives him a bit of a look.
That helping? I have butt in like I found a fanny pack in one of the closets. It's like a young girl's fanny pack, so it's like pink with like unicorns on it. But I have him like stashed in there, and I'm checking on him.
He's fine. He's fine. It was jarring, but not enough to hurt anybody. But it spun the car.
Seems like everyone's okay. So let's does the car still move? Can we get it out of the way?
Yeah, so you'll be able to definitely drive it into town if you need to, or drive it to back to the house. I would not drive it back to Utah though. Not without getting some work done to it.
All right, let's get out of the way for now and then sort it out.
Just call my insurance company and they'll take care. I'll call them when I get back to the house. I'm so sorry.
I smell alcohol in her breath.
You do not.
I'm gonna go and look at the damage and like, I don't know, in a metal.
Yeah, I know what you're fishing for, DZ. Yeah, you get the car parked, DZ, and you go back there and you can see the damage on the front of her car. You obviously see the considerable amount of damage on there. You get under the car, you start looking around. Let's do a meddling move with reason.
Yeah, I don't know shit about cars.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I will tell you is that you don't know Patience well enough to really know if she's telling the truth or lying. But you definitely get the feeling that she believes what she's saying.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so this any kind of sense of her, trying to hit you, that this was definitely the feeling you get. That this was definitely unintentional.
Yeah, something here
what?
has it out for us.
And Patience, dude, like we should do that interview we discussed in the. Do you still remember? Are you still on that interview?
I was mad because like I told my husband like that you guys never like reached out back to me, and anytime I would love to do that interview.
Oh, I thought we were going to.
Is that why he lost the affection of Patience? condition?
I mean, like, is everything okay on your side? Like, I mean, all this must have been like a lot of stress for you. It seems like you get the pedals confused. Like,
I
is
mean,
everything
yeah,
okay?
everything's good. I mean, they've got a for sale sign on the house. So I guess, they feel like that they can actually sell it now. The family's going to actually try to sell the house, which I think is
Oh,
great
we should get a
because nobody
commission.
would touch that house, and so I'm not sure what you guys did, but maybe that eyesore in our neighborhood will go, be finally somebody who cares about it will buy it.
And do you have still, we are really eager to get all this, this exciting information about the town, like with the house, what happened to it. Like, do you have something more that you could maybe, point us there? Someone interesting that we might talk to here, since the whole town will be here. So,
Are you
would
doing
you
like
have any
multiple
thought?
episodes?
Definitely.
Give me a meddling move, and let's do that with, I think I want presence. Let's see how charming old Mike is.
Oh, not composure. Oh, let's do presence then. Do I click presence just? No, I click. Oh, it's the
Meddling
first time I'm
presence.
playing this.
Episode 11.
Might as
How does
well
this game
be.
work?
Nice.
Oh,
Very
so look at
nice.
that.
Very, very nice. I'll come back to you. So let's leave Vaslav and Patience just chatting it up, and she's all she's like loving the attention that Mike's giving her right now. What are the other three of you going to do plus Casey?
So this is like a town fair, so I'm assuming that like different organizations and stuff in town have booths where they
Yeah.
have like samples and okay.
Yeah,
it
a lot of local
is
businesses and stuff like that. Sure.
How about the police department? Do they have like a recruiting?
They
Or-
don't, but you see sheriff deputies.
Okay, and I'm looking around for Hanscom then if they don't have a booth.
He is, you spot him pretty quick. He is actually in line to try the strongman game, with the tall thing with the bell at the top and the hammer. So yeah, he's in line. You kind of see him kind of going, kind of stretching, getting ready.
Nice. Hey, Hanscom, I heard that you found the missing girl.
Oh, hey, yeah, man. Dude, you gonna watch me?
Yeah.
And he is out of uniform.
Like
yeah,
a tight like t-shirt.
let's paint the scene. What is Hanscom wearing that makes it clear he's on the prowl?
Just that he's got like a tight-fitting t-shirt, and it's just very obvious that he stays in shape.
Yeah, and I think
I was hoping for Hawaiian t-shirt or shirt. Damn.
he also has tube socks that go up half his ankle.
Nice. Oh,
and
maybe
he's-
some aviators.
Oh, definitely got the Tom Cruise aviators going on without
Yeah.
question. And his shorts are like a quarter of an inch too short. Like you look at him and go, those could be a quarter inch longer and not look as awkward as they do.
Nah, they look right to me.
How about Cody and Richard?
So Cody's been quiet this whole time on the trip. He was just staring out the window. The accident almost unfazed him. And in the parking lot, there was a school bus just parked, and he couldn't help to kind of lock in on that. But yeah, he gets out, is quiet during all of that stuff that's going on, and just kind of starts to wander if we're going into the festival, slowly, just in his own head.
Casey seems pretty stuck next to you, Richard. He's going to kind of follow your lead as Cody wanders off. Gerard has already headed into the festival. Mike is back there chatting it up with Patience. What are you doing?
Richard gets the insurance information, throws it in the glove box. Richard knows that it's a piece of crap car. Who cares? it is what it is. I'm more worried about everybody being okay, and it's fine. So Casey, let's go follow Gerard over there, and let's go see what this festival is about. I haven't been here in so long. It's been close to 10 years.
Dude, did your family not bring you to the Hootenanny every year? Like everybody comes.
Yeah, when I was younger, but actually my family didn't take us. We snuck out here and figured out ways of getting out here on our own. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And like, if there's stuff like, there's people selling stuff too. Like if you wanted to, have some fun.
Oh, I remember.
So Mike, you're talking to patients and she's like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is we'll have like a dinner party, right? And I'll invite like some really interesting people from Deep Lake, and we'll all have dinner together, and you'll be there, and I'll tell them like, this guy's a podcaster, and he does radio shows, and he wants to like learn about Deep Lake, and you'll have all these great leads, and she looks at you and she goes, have you lost weight?
Oh, well, maybe a little bit. Yeah. But
when she says that, Mike, you look down at yourself and your clothes are fitting differently than they did when you got in the car. And you kind of just run your hands kind of on your stomach and your hips. You would swear that you've lost like 15 pounds. That's your sixth clue.
What if I check like my belt? So is it like, a little
loose? Sixth clue is the latchkeys clothes fit a half size too big because they lost 15 pounds. I mean, you look good. Don't get me wrong. We might have to take you clothes shopping though, because that doesn't look like it fits real good.
Yeah, I might take you up on that. It's been a busy days, sometimes you forget to eat, and this happens, but I'm pretty sure I will be able to get, back into my size.
All right. I'll catch up with you later. We'll get the whole dinner party planned, and we'll go.
Dinner plan, right? Yeah, gotcha.
Mike, you look in one of the mirrors on the parked cars, and you look at your face, and everything looks like you've lost weight. The clothes, how you physically feel. There's just a thinness to your face that wasn't there this morning when you were looking in the bathroom mirror. I think I need a night move. What are you afraid is going to happen if you lose your composure here?
I think I might throw a tantrum, that I might be turning into one of those TV men. I think one of them was significantly slimmer, emaciated even.
Big man.
Yeah, it kind of matches that vision, those visions, Mike,
Yeah.
right? Of that.
Yeah.
And I think you definitely will become just kind of lose your shit a little bit, become very preoccupied. I would imagine you would be, running to obviously the other latchkeys and like
Yeah.
WTF, right? But it's worse than that.
Like, what's happening to me? And like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worse than that. If you lose your composure, you are going to have an unbelievable, insatiable hunger. You'll just, all the food is going to smell good, and you're just going to be constantly wanting to eat. So do a night move for me with composure.
Okay.
You're able to keep your cool. I think maybe, well, you tell me, how is it that this can happen to you in a span of a conversation with patient's head, and you look in the mirror and you physically realize that you have physically changed? How are you able to keep your composure?
it's the thing I didn't notice. I don't look myself in the mirror really. Other guys, other like latchkeys are preoccupied, so nobody cares about how the others look actually. So it really might be the stress, it might be the dehydration even. So I try to like make my, I try to put on the arguments that why it might be plausible, even though maybe deep down it still seems pretty strange. But this keeps my head in the game still.
So I need to give you a condition. You've gone too long without one. So add the condition in quotes. I could eat.
Good idea, okay.
So Hanscom, he's next up in line. He goes, yeah, found the little girl, little shit, freaking stayed over at a friend's house, didn't tell her mom. Talked around, finally got it all figured out. So,
Good.
so
She seemed normal. Was there anything weird?
I mean, I don't know. Like I kind of got the vibe that maybe her and her mom were kind of having troubles, but everything seemed fine. It's kind of like was outside of my jurisdiction. Why are you so worried about her, man? Like they found her.
I mean, no, I just wanted to know what happened. I mean, it was weird that they used to live in the house we were in, so it was kind of sticking in my head. Oh, I meant
other people.
I never got to thank you.
Lots of people lived in that house, right? You guys weren't the first ones.
Yeah, but you came, asked us for help, and we.
I'm
glad
good,
it got sorted out before we.
Yep, we're good.
Also, I never got a chance to thank you for your help on the thing the other day when I called you. So I really appreciate that. That saved our butts.
Wait, what? Whoa, wait, what?
Just, I think we're wrapping our investigation up soon, probably, and you've been one of the more helpful people in town. So, thank you.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Let's go. Hey, listen, hold on. I'm up.
Yeah, show me what you got.
So, kind of shakes it off a little bit, grabs the Acme hammer. Boom! He hits that thing, and it shoots up like a rocket. That lead bullet that's on the track goes flying up. It hits that bell, and that bell just rings. And I don't know if you've ever heard one of those bells get hit, but it is louder than you expected. The bell breaks off, but it's not that the bell detaches from the top of the wood plank that it's set on. The top of the wood plank breaks and comes flying for you. So I'm going to need a night move. What are you afraid is going to happen if this bell hits you?
I'm gonna say I'm worried about a head injury, but I think I instinctively like hunch over the fanny pack because I'm worried it's gonna hit butt.
Yeah, it's definitely going to hit you in the head. You'll definitely, at least at worst, get a condition from getting hit in the head, but it's worse than that because after it hits you, it's going to crush butt.
Not happening.
So I need a vitality roll, please. A night move with vitality. So the bell comes flying off the top. It breaks, comes flying. It clanks in your head, and any semblance of orientation, just like everything goes black. You get that sick aluminum feeling in your stomach from the head injury. And as Hanscom comes over and goes, holy shit, dude. Oh my God. Are you okay? Are you okay? And as you kind of blink and you see bubbles and stars, and you look down and you see the fanny pack, just the straps under the bell.
Well, let's mark a key before we get any further.
Okay.
Thank God.
I got just the one.
All right. So the bell comes flying towards you. It kind of conks you a little bit in the head, but you're able to dodge it more than anything, and it falls off behind you. Let's give you the condition bell rung. And Hanscom comes over and he's like, "Oh my God, dude, are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm all right.
Hey,
damn, dude, what's your regimen?
Man, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I've never gotten over like 70% on that goddamn thing. Every year I come here, and every year I'm like, I'm gonna hit that damn bell. I'm gonna hit that damn bell. And like I was just kind of loosening up a little bit. I had 3 tries. I paid the $1. Like I've never done that, man. They may have maybe they changed the rig or something.
Nah, you just need a good sharing section.
Yeah.
I am checking on the cat now.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You unzip it. It's there. Playing with some whatever little toy or whatever you put in there with it.
Right. You know how are they going to give you a prize or fine you for breaking it?
I'd like to see him try to find me, but that's a good point, man. Hey, listen, nurse's tent, and he kind of points at like 5 tents down. Like you probably should get that checked out, man. It's looking a little like that's gonna be a bit of a knot, man.
Yeah. I'm a little woozy, but I'll head that way next.
We see Hanscom go over and he's looking at the top string of stuffed animals that are, like 5 foot tall. It's like, oh man, I don't know. I think kind of panda's kind of cool. And he goes, oh, I want the Calamity Raccoon. Yeah, give me that one. And pulls down the Calamity Raccoon stuffed animal.
The spread of the characters from this public access show never ceases to amaze me. With Officer Barker like nearly going national from being on this channel, and now there's plushies of Calamity Raccoon. But yeah, I'm gonna head over to the nurse's tent.
So Richard comes up to you right after that happens. Casey in there, and it's just like Casey's like, dude, I didn't know Hanscom was so strong, man.
Yeah. I'm still a little dazed here.
And like the people that were behind Hanscom are a little pissed off. They're like, oh, man, I don't get to go. Where's Cody?
I guess before we get into that, would Cody actually remember these hootenannies, or does this feel out of place?
If you want to remember them, you will. So there's nothing that would prevent you from remembering them, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Well, then at that point, I'm just going to skip. I had a thought, and I'm just going to go in a different direction.
Yep.
I think at this point, I've already kind of wandered through all the festivities, and I'm just kind of standing and looking at the lake. Far away, like from a distance.
Kind of on your own.
Yeah.
And I think as you get to like the beach itself, it kind of turns into rocks, which most of the coast of Deep Lake is rocky. And right at the edge there, you stand. Nobody's going to put up a booth there or put their beach blanket down. Mike, as you get done looking in the mirror in the parking lot, what are you going to do?
I go to the group, maybe to Richard, like when they are discussing the headringer at the nursery with Casey and everybody, like talking. Richard, do you have a minute? Like,
Richard, you recognize this immediately.
Mike, what the hell is going on, dude?
Are you? Am I? This is a bit awkward. Do I look slimmer?
Yes, considerably. What the hell? What? You look ridiculous in those clothes, man. Casey should be right next to me, right?
Yep.
Casey.
Yeah,
take a look. Do you notice anything different about Mike?
I don't spend a whole lot of time looking at dudes, man. No, I mean, he just looks like Mike, I guess.
Damn, you're no help. Turn around. Yeah, Mike, I'm gonna go buy you a festival hootenanny shirt because you are just swimming in that. You look ridiculous, bro. Like, let's go get you something.
Yeah, can you get me that corn dog on the way? I will stay here with Gerard. Like so that he's okay. Just keep an eye on him. Just corn, or 2 corn dogs, so you don't have to go 2 times.
You probably need 4 corn dogs there, guy. Yeah, I'll go get you something. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
And Richard, as you head off, you do catch sight of Cody. You can kind of see him kind of lost in himself, staring at the lake. Gerard, you're sitting down. A woman who has a Deep Lake Elementary kind of like name tag on. Says that, she's the school nurse. And she's got you in a chair. She's got her little first aid kit out, and she's kind of putting some alcohol and kind of cleaning up the slight cut on your head from the bell. And she goes, "Son, how many beers have you had?"
Hey, I was just a bystander. I was just standing there. Why?
I don't know. I just a lot of times when people come here hurt, usually it's because they've been drinking. That's all.
Has it been? Do you usually work the booth here?
Yeah, every year.
Has it been quiet this year? Busy? Anything different? Any weird ones come in?
Honestly, it's usually like around 12, 1 o'clock, like when people have had some time to get a couple in them. That's what we'll usually see, but
So
yeah,
nothing stands out. Or...
No, your chair breaks, DZ. So Gerard Jordan on the ground, she goes, "Jesus, God, I am so sorry. Here, hold on, let me get you another chair. Oh my God, well, that is." And she grabs.
You know what? I think I'm good to stand. Does I look at the chair? Was it like old? Is there?
So it's a metal folding chair, and the back left leg of it just broke.
Not that bad. This is a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Well, I'll try not to be back, but no promises.
Cody, what are you wearing?
Is there anything
Go ahead.
weird in here? Anything I notice?
So
Who else
she
is in
steps
here?
away.
Like,
There's nobody else in here. It's just nurse Liz, and she does spend some time kind of away trying to get another chair for you. So if you want to give me a meddling move with reason, we can.
I would like that.
Ooh. I'm going to come back to that. Critical success, very, very nice. There's no Odyssey tapes to hand out anymore, but I'm gonna pick a juicy one for you. Cody, as you're standing there, looking out over the lake, what did you wear today?
T-shirt and some like Adidas gym shorts, flip-flops.
Anything out? Just a plain T-shirt? Anything on that T-shirt? Is it a print of anything or?
No, it's a plain shirt, or at least it was. It sounds like it's about to change.
No, it's fine.
All right.
But you hear a voice behind you going, "Hey, dude, you look familiar." And as you turn around, there's 4 guys, roughly your age, and there's an instant familiarity. It's just like when someone comes up and says, "Hey, how you doing?" You're like, "Fuck, I think I'm supposed to know you," and you can't. You're going through your Rolodex in your head trying to place the faces. It takes you half a second, and then you realize these were kids that played ball with you. They're like, do I know you?
Hey guys. As soon as it becomes a realization, wow, it has been a long time. I'm trying to remember.
I'm sorry, man, I can't place you. Steve, do you recognize him? It's like, yeah, definitely. I can't figure out
I was our running back, remember?
In high school?
Yeah, I mean, only for like 2 years, but yeah, guys, come on.
What years did you play?
I spit out the 2 years. I don't remember.
And the attorney goes, "Dude, we won the championship that year." What? Are you were you on the bench, man? I'm so sorry, man. You look familiar to me, but I don't remember who was the running back. Other guys are like, "I don't know." Hey, man, are you trying to be funny?
No, and I have trouble remembering their names, but I remember all their positions. So I pointed. Everyone was like, "You were the cornerback, man. I can't. Nobody could forget that interception that you got that one year. You were the center, man. Great job protecting that quarterback." And I just go down the list. You guys don't remember me, really?
No, but are you like giving me? Are you giving us a hard time? Like, what's you're kind of being
Cody?
an asshole.
Cody, you don't remember?
Yeah, no. Steve, is it just me or is this guy being a dick? Like, I think he's making fun of you. And the quarterback, Steve, kind of does that. I peaked in high school walk towards you. And goes, we got a problem?
I don't think so. I thought it was good to see you guys, but
Yeah,
clearly I left a little early in town, so
yeah, I think you and I have a problem.
no, right?
Yeah, I need a night move from you as well, Cody. I think I want this with either presence or composure. What do you? Which of those two are you going to use before we roll it first, and then we can figure out.
I guess composure at this point because my emotions were pretty level but down before all this, and I haven't escalated just yet.
Yeah, and you've got that. You know how the air changes when you can tell like a conversation turns into like it's going to get physical. Like there's just the air changes, and that's how you feel that like, oh, this is
Right.
about to go fucking sideways. What are you afraid is going to happen if you lose your composure here?
Fists start flying without me really being able to do much about it. It's what, 4v1?
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
4v1. I think the fight will start. The fight I think will just start with you and Steve, the quarterback, ex-quarterback. Which I think you'd probably be able to hold your own on, and that's when the other guys will jump in because they're not going to let Steve get hit or hurt, and they don't give a shit about fair fights. So, yeah, I think a fight will definitely break out, but it's worse than that, because you definitely going to lose this fight, especially when the other guys get involved, and these are a bunch of local boys. So I think the deputies are going to end up arresting you.
Okay,
So
wonderful.
let's give me a night move with composure.
Oh, did I do advantage on that?
You did, yeah. Turn off the advantage.
What sick.
Sick roll, dude.
Let's try that again. Perfect.
Much better.
Wonderful.
So he shoves you, and you're close enough that like you become ankle deep in the water. He goes, why are you making fun of us playing ball? Like, we played in high school, and yeah, I threw an interception. Like, I don't understand what your deal is, dude. He shoves you again further into the lake.
I turn a key before I'm completely shocked by touching the water. So yeah, I'm gonna turn the Fathomless Well, which increases my sensitivity even more.
Ooh, nice. Can you read that
But it
off
does
real quick?
lower my reason.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so let's get back to that. And that's more or less what it does. It just adjusts my stats.
So that's going to go from a miss to a partial success. So he shoves you the first time, and you kind of fall back, and deputy walks up. He goes, hey, guys, come on. Whatever this is, like, either do it somewhere else or find something to do. Steve, don't be a dick. Like, just go. He's the one that started it. Just go, dude. Just go. Hey, you're one of those out of town guys, right? That's over there at Rodebacker Street.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hanscom told me all about you guys. Look, man, this is like a big deal for everybody. So, like, if you don't cause any trouble, that'd be great.
You got it.
All right. Under suspicion is the condition I'd like you to add, please.
Wonderful. Minding my own business.
Very suspiciously.
Yeah, at this point, I'm shaken up and thinking about that, and I probably I stop thinking about what I was thinking about, and I wander back into the crowd and eventually my group of friends, hopefully.
Yeah, and you see Mike and Casey over there with Gerard at the nurse's station as Gerard's kind of getting out of the area, and Elizabeth's like, well, here, just at least take some Band-Aids or something.
Sure, thanks. How hard did I hit my head? Because Mike, you look messed up.
Just like, why is everybody looking at messed up? Don't I look like, more handsome maybe or something?
Nah, man, you look like you're in a funhouse mirror.
I mean, you just got your head. Like you're done. I'm fine, man. I'm fine. Just don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, let's.
How's everybody doing?
Well, I just met my old teammates who didn't remember me and wanted to sock me a new one. Where were you guys?
I was here. I got socked, so I beat you by one.
Richard, you're back with corn dogs and a medium t-shirt.
Does anyone feel like we are having a wee bit of bad luck today?
I mean, I saw how the chair broke under the other, but that look. I mean, you got hit in the head by the bell thing, and then you immediately fall on the chair. We get hit by a car, and Richard, what happened to you anyhow? I'm sure you had some fun on the way as well.
Yeah, the line at the hot dog stand was pretty long, but I mean, look at you, Mike. Like something's going on with you.
Well, it's your turn.
What do you mean turn?
It's your turn to have some shitty happen to you. Oh my God. But did you cross our paths this morning? Is that what happened?
I hope that there's no laxative in those corn dogs. If you did some practical joke, I don't want to hear.
Brought you mustard. They were out of ketchup. Is that bad?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Just give me, yeah, thanks.
Here you go. Here's your medium.
Okay.
Anybody want some? No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna eat them.
There are a couple people from this town that I was hoping that we would still get a chance to talk to.
Talk to
me. Namely, Edward Jinsky, who is obsessed with conspiracy theories, including TV Odyssey, and he lives above the paint shop. Unfortunately, I don't know what he looks like. So, Casey, do you know Edward Jinsky?
Oh, Crazy Ed? Yeah.
Can you help me find him?
Yeah, he's got a booth, man.
Okay.
See the incense guy?
So you go over there. Unlike Mike, Ed is a much healthier gentleman. He has got a less than effective comb over on his head. He's got a X-Files t-shirt on, and he's at a booth. Nobody else is there. Nobody's in line. Nobody's talking to him. He's got stacks of booth called The Truth.
Is it his book? Is it like a self-printed booklet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like Kinko's quality softcover.
Okay. Grabbing one of those right away.
Hey, man. They're like $15. They're not free.
Oh, okay. I put it back. Okay. Hi, I'm Gerard. I used to live in town. Moved away for a while, but my friends and I came back here because we were looking into a couple of the weird stuff that happened in town, and I heard you might be a person to talk to about some of that.
So much weird shit happens in this town.
Yeah, we're getting that.
$15. I've got it all in the book. I'd be happy to talk about it more.
Yeah, sell me on the book. What can I learn from the book?
It's $15.
No, don't tell me what, give me the pitch. What does it go into? What topics?
There are deep secrets here in Deep Lake. Things that can't be explained. I have been for the last 15, 20 years documenting them all. I get on all the online threads like Ghost Bros and all of them. And we have just been, I have pieced it all together. And I think I've got it all connected. And by the time you get to the end of the book, I think that you will completely understand why I think bad things are happening in Deep Lake. Do not go swimming.
Yeah, that was low on my list. What's your Ghost Bros handle?
I don't know, Cody. What is his Ghost Bros handle? It's got to end with 3 digits.
End with 3 digits. The truth is out there. 999.
Truth is out there. Truth is out there. 999. He pulls out. He goes, "What's yours?"
Well, I'm not on it, but Cody is. Cody, you know,
Dude,
is
are
he,
you a Ghost
is he
Bro?
legit?
Yeah, no, I'm Ghost Bro 222444.
You're like OG. He stands up and he like wipes his hand. He's like, "It's really an honor to meet you in person, sir."
Can I slip one of the books while he's distracted? I don't know why I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, he had no trouble putting that like, you know, in the small of your back and your waistband. He won't notice.
I'll drop $10 in his box.
Okay. He goes, "Dude, are you the guy that figured out that all that shit that was happening in Tennessee? That was you, wasn't it?"
Yeah, about the haunted house there. Yeah.
Right, the haunted house with the lady with no eyes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like her name was John. Dude, that was some crazy shit, dude.
It makes me, I'm not saying this out loud, but it makes me deeply uncomfortable that I went from a bunch of people that should know me to this guy on the internet who knows me.
And
Yeah,
it's very jarring.
He is in full fanboy mode right now. Like he cannot believe he is talking to you in person. He goes, "What do you think is going on in Alaska? Because I swear to God, man, that's all anybody's ever talking about." And I can't tell because I mean, obviously, coyotes should only have 4 legs, but I mean, there's a lot of people that have been talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your theory, man?
That must be a thread that popped up recently. I haven't been able to check the forums. I'm not familiar with this one.
Oh, Fairbanks, Alaska, the 3-legged coyotes, and how like all the coyotes have like lost their back leg, but you can't see any cuts or there's not. They just were born without of it all. Dude, you gotta go. You gotta go check it out. I'm trying to remember the title of it. The title of it is. I've got a date, but my coyote only has 3 legs. I think that's the title of the forum thread. You got to go check it out, man.
Okay. Yeah. I'm clearly trying to distance myself from this guy. All right. Yeah. No, I can't wait to tonight. I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
Richard
This is
steps
happening-
up.
It's Richard.
Sorry, Mike.
okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say Richard steps up and goes, "Ed, are you talking about the weather radio machines up there in Alaska?"
I hadn't even thought about that. I hadn't even thought about that because NASA said they were putting that in to listen to Russia out their window. And dude, I didn't even make that connection.
But why does the Department of Energy need to be part of it, right?
Exactly.
Right?
Especially since that guy started running it that has the evil twin.
Yep, exactly. I look back at the guys and kind of, I say, Ed, I'm going to buy one of these books, but what doesn't this book tell us? I need to know more about what's going on in this town. You must be holding back or have some research that we can try to help you with. Is there something that we can really?
Yeah, man. This it might freak you out a little bit, but yeah. If here he puts the book in your hand, he goes $15, and then the $5 he shorted me.
If you sign it, I'll do it.
Of course, man. Of course.
I put
Do
a
a
$20
meddling
bill in there.
move. I think with presents.
So I do have a latchkey move that I was trying to go for. They think he's a righteous dude. Something about me causes the dweebs and wastoids of Deep Lake to trust you. Once per session, when you do a meddling move in a place occupied by losers, this has to be him, and social outcasts, yep, you find an additional clue even on a miss.
Oh,
So-
all right.
I take that
So-
personally as well.
Oh, that's a good one. So yeah, definitely fits. So we're gonna roll a meddling move. On a miss, you'll get 1 clue. On a partial or a full success, you'll get 2 clues.
All right, and what is it against again? I'm sorry.
Let's do composure or presence.
Presence. Okay.
Very nice. So he kind of leans in. He goes, "Come here, come here, come here, come here." He goes, "What's his real name?" And he points over at Cody. What's his real name?
Oh,
He's whispering it to you, Richard.
Yeah, that's Jake.
Okay, and what's your name?
I'm Richard.
You're Richard. And how about those? How about your friends? What are their names?
Jared and Jerry.
Jared and Jerry. Dude, this. Hold on a second, man. This is pretty freaking weird. And he goes back and he's got a whole series of like cardboard boxes with the lids on them, and he's kind of going through them and picking through it, and he finally comes back out, and he hands you what looks to be like a shooting script, like a TV script, and on it says "Latchkeys of Deep Lake" by Ed. He goes, "Don't let this freak you out, man, but like I've been trying to get like this TV show sold about like people coming to Deep Lake to like investigate all this stuff. And here," and he flips to it and he goes, "Look, and the 4 names you gave him are there." And he flips through and he goes, "So the pilot episode, right? There was this family that lived over in a cul-de-sac, and like the family just disappeared, right? So there's been all kinds of rumors about what's been going on with that family and like the kid and stuff like that. So I had the pilot with these 4 characters that have your names," and he relays and shows you the script for Escondido Street, episode 1. And it's got the Candyland in it. It's got the encounter with Elliot. It's got words that you said to each other that nobody else could have heard outside of the 4 of you in that script. He goes, "I mean, like, you know, I've got copies of this, but like, if you know any, like, you know, any TV producers, or I know you guys aren't from, you know, you guys don't live around here. You're just visiting for the summer. Like, if you can just, I think if enough people read this, I think that they would like, I think this could get bought."
Can I give you one piece of advice?
Yeah.
You cannot have a script with a Jake, a Jared, and a Jerry. I'm sorry. Even though those are definitely our true and accurate names, you gotta make those different.
Kind of confusing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really wasn't up for taking notes, but sure. Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate the advice.
That's why I asked.
All right, so that is your 7th clue, a shooting script called Latchkey Summer.
Can I take that and open it up to the end?
You can. You open it up to the end. And at the end, it's a cliffhanger. And the cliffhanger is one of the latchkeys starts coughing up blood. And then it has Finn at the end of it. And you kind of you cover your mouth after reading it, and you look down, and there's just in your hand is a mixture of just mucus and blood. It's your 8th clue, which is the 2nd clue for Richard's move. And that is going to be one of the latchkeys coughs up bloody mucus.
As this story is translated and as we are talking to him, Mike will go. Also, don't forget, like, I know you like this hot stuff. Also, he should definitely check out my blog, and I will write it down like on the paper. Like, look at this blog, you might get more. No, just keep it.
No, sure, yeah, sure, man. And so he turns to you. He turns to you, Cody. He goes, dude, like honestly, you know, it would mean a lot to me if you read the book, man, and let me know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tome, this thing, so it's gonna take me a little bit to get through, but I'm excited.
So
I'm covering my mouth a little bit as I'm talking.
Pay attention to the first letter of every line in chapter 4. You'll get it.
I look to the rest of the group, realizing I did not give him the true Ghost Bro forum name of mine from someone else.
So
just the first one you thought of.
Right.
OG bullshit.
Before we go to
That's
break,
good.
I want to quickly recap the clues that our latchkeys have. So again, our question is, what happened to TV Odyssey and why does it threaten Deep Lake and beyond? And what can stop the threat? The clues we have right now are 8 on a complexity 6. We have the postcard that says, don't bother me, I'm diving in Deep Lake. And on the back, it says, don't go swimming. We have a set of polyhedral dice with a note saying, don't play. We have the 1988 TV guide, entries for TV Odyssey with dates, but no titles. We have the phrase that the person on the other side of the phone call with Gerard said, which is, nails are cheap when all the hammers are broken. We have an overwhelming smell of chlorine and pine sol from the DVD player. We have the latchkeys clothes going a half size too big after losing 15 pounds. We have a shooting script called Latchkey Summer. And our 8th clue is one of the latchkeys coughs up bloody mucus. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break. We're going to come back and see what these 4 gents are going to do next. We'll be right back. So we can hear the lake lapping. We hear the laughter, kids playing. Everybody's having a really, really good time. It's getting hot, like just that New Mexico summer, just oppressive heat, just beating down on you as the four of you plus Casey kind of wander away from Ed's booth.
What do we do next then? We should. Not sure who we should investigate next.
I hit the two people I wanted to talk to, so I can help somebody else if they.
There's something wrong with the water. Do we have a thing or two that could we, like, do we have like the young chemist kit? Do you remember that one? Did you have the young chemist kit? You could do like this.
Oh yeah, I just got one of those right here.
Yeah, if you want to find, I mean, you guys can get like a Frosty or like an Icy or something in one of the Deep Lake plastic cheap cups. If you guys want to try to get a sample.
Yeah. So I would like to.
I'm sure someone has tossed a cup on the ground.
Sure.
Yeah. Maybe I would try to like sample the water, like do what is wrong with it, and I'm thinking like I could improvise some kind of is it called litmus paper test or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, like a litmus test.
Oh, yeah. And I might need to, and I'm thinking to use for it the off-brand liquor, the airplane bottle, like use it as a alcohol to distill some stuff and use it in the process.
Yeah, why don't you give me a meddling move with reason? Anything in the corner of your house that can help?
Yeah, that's the airplane bottle of the liquor.
Oh, perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and do it with advantage.
Was reasonable.
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh. So you kind of dip the cup in there. You put together your little improvised chemistry. Like the water has a kind of a funny smell to it. And it's one of those smells. It's not a smell that would make you stop from going into the water. Obviously, there's a ton of people playing in the water, but it's just like, it smells lakey, like a little off, but yeah, you're using this cheap booze and trying to do your little litmus paper thing. Nothing's really coming up.
Can we use skis for the meddling moves as well?
You sure can.
I think we should get our hands on the answering the question. I will flip a key. I will turn a key.
Yep. Let's go ahead and turn a key. That's going to make that into a partial success. I'll talk about the consequence later. But Mike, as you're kind of fiddling with that, what are the rest of the three of you doing?
I'm realizing that I never got my clue from my 12 in the nurses station.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Did I not give you? You're right. I didn't. Ooh, we got to go backwards. Let's flash back to that. I apologize.
I forgot to.
Yeah. So let's flash back for just a second to when the chair breaks. After the chair breaks, Nurse Liz comes back around. She says, oh my God. And before you leave, in this booth, it says nurse's station up top. There were some tables. There was a stack of folding chairs. She had kind of a plastic stack of bins full of different supplies. And as you were walking out of the booth, you looked back at it and you realized they're all two-dimensional, like on a TV set, right? Where they would put something flat painted like a couch that at the right angle looks like a couch in the background, but is actually just a wood plank with a painting on it. The table's not real. Her thing of plastic supplies aren't real. Everything is a standee in there except for the chair you broke. So that's going to be your 9th clue. A room is actually a set from a TV show.
Now you're leaning into the Truman Show thing.
These were pre-written. But let's go. Let's flash forward. Thanks for reminding me of that, DZ. I apologize. Mike, as you were kind of looking at this, and kind of doing your thing, Casey walks up to you. He's like, "Hey, man, what are you doing?"
Need to concentrate. Just, I'm checking the water. I need to confirm something, and I'm just doing magic with the like pouring onto each other.
Like, are you wicked into this science stuff?
I mean, I wrote a blog article or two, so I'm not like the real scientist, but you know, you can learn a lot of things on the internet today. So these days, a basic test, I'm pretty confident I can do something to check like what's wrong with this water.
So he grabs the empty airplane bottle as you've kind of set aside after starting to use it, and he looks at it and he goes, "Huh, I don't think I've ever heard of this." And he says this, you kind of, you're super focused, right? You look up and make eye contact with him. And it's not Casey. It's a guy the same age as Casey, same haircut as Casey, same clothes as Casey. That sure as hell ain't Casey. He goes, "Where'd you buy this, man?"
Hey, who are you, kid? Why are you touching my things? I thought you were someone else.
Dude.
Just put it down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no problem. Listen, I'm gonna go catch up with Richard, dude. Like, I'm sorry. You look super involved. I didn't mean to.
What? Okay.
Guy dressed as Casey comes up to you, Richard. He goes, "Man, Mike's kind of freaking out over there. That ain't Casey." So here is your 10th clue. Someone from a previous mystery is a different person.
By the way, will my meddling move consult Casey Wilcox work in this case? That might.
But that could come into play later, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, Richard, like, Mike's being kind of a dick over there. I think he's like super involved in this stuff.
Who are you?
Dude, it's me. It's Casey. I
What?
drove in with you. Now you're being weird. We rode in together. Mrs. Head hit us in the car. Mike lost a bunch of weight. We're talking to. I took you over to Crazy Ed's, and he kind of waves, and Ed waves back at him from the booth. You okay, man? It's getting hot. Have you
No,
You need some, like, when's the last time you had water?
clearly too long ago. I'll be right
Anyway.
back.
Well, no, man. We still have to go on the whirly wheel.
I'll meet you over there.
All right, I'll get us in line, and tell Gerard, because Gerard said he wanted to ride it too. So make sure you get him, okay?
Okay.
He heads off towards the whirly wheel.
I go running towards Mike. What the? Did you see that? Is that?
I don't know, some random kid come by to me and I don't was just annoying, so I sent him away.
No, I think. Not to sound weird, you just lost 15 pounds out of left field. That guy sounds an awful lot like Casey, but looks way different. I don't know what the hell is going on here, dude.
And that's probably
I
important.
mean,
Important detail, real quick. It does sound exactly like Casey, because when he was talking to you and you were focused on this, that was the shock, right? Is looking up and not seeing Casey's face.
Yeah, that's true. I confused the kid with Casey because I was talking to him, but when I looked to the side, it was some other kid. They had similar clothes.
He knew all of the things from this morning, from the house to now. I should have asked him about prior, but
Come on, Casey. He's just pranks on us with some of his friends here. That's why typical Casey, I bet.
I mean, we've seen crazier shit around here, but
I mean, yeah, but
Mike,
still,
where's this
Casey,
all happening? I don't think I understood that. Where are you doing your little science experiment?
like somewhere on the beach where I could get a sample of the water, so I'm just
Gotcha.
nearby. Yeah. Okay. So, by the way, this was the clue I got from it.
It
the case,
was
actually.
someone from a previous mystery is a different person. So nothing came from the water.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm way over my head in this one, so I just wrap it up and put it in one big zip bag or something, and just I guess let's regroup with the other guys. Let's see where real case is, and let's get on top of this prank. Like we don't have time to do this nonsense.
The only person we would have to regroup with would be Gerard if he's not there. I'm there as well. I'm staring at the book.
So if you are
I
there,
didn't notice the Casey interaction though. Like that
Okay.
that was very secondary to me. There's a rock out there in that lake that I'm fixated on that looks like a football helmet in my head. So that's just where I'm at.
so
Next
yeah, let's
you
go back
guys.
to Gerard. Yeah,
go ahead.
And as we go back, I try to like I mentioned Cody is like zoned off on that stone. So as we are going with Cody, hey, wake up! We're going back to Richard. Yeah, we're
Right. Right. Okay. What are you doing? And I'm looking at you like pouring water into stuff.
just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just yeah, don't tell Gerard as well, please. He will just make fun of me. You know, he's like sarcastic jokes. Just don't tell him that this like
Sure. If that's from the lake, I would not drink that. It looks
Yeah,
like you got a cup.
drink it. Don't. But just I throw it in the nearest bin. It was just useless.
Where do
Have
they
you
find you,
lost weight?
Gerard? Have you lost weight?
Well, slow on the uptake, Cody.
Clearly distracted.
We were all walking, and I passed the like as we walked past the nurse's station, I kind of just stopped and got lost in thought, and they didn't notice and kept walking. So that's where they find me.
So you're kind of walking, and it's just this is the kind of the vendors area of the festival, right, where the nurse's station is. Ed's booth is down there. There's different food vendors, huge line with the corn dogs still at that booth, super popular. And there's a sign written in Sharpie marker that says we are out of ketchup. You guys are walking, and power is coming from a generator. There's several generators that are behind the booths, and so as a result, kind of on the ground, there's several like extension cords and live wires, and you guys meet back up together and are kind of walking. And Richard, you step over one of the wires, not the first one, right? There's a whole series of them. They have kind of those rubber covers to kind of protect it so people can walk over it. And as you step over it, you hear a noise, and it startles you, and you look off to your left, and the wire that you just stepped over breaks and starts doing this with the and the incense booth that's right there starts on fire. Lady in the booth's like, oh my god, my incense, and she's trying to gather it up as the fire is going up the cloth of the booth.
I instantly jump into action. God, no, not the incense booth. And I'm trying to, from a safe distance, yank the maybe the tablecloth that's on fire that's starting to rise up, and try to yank it out like a magic trick where you can do it real quick.
Yep.
And try to get the fire away from the booth so it doesn't burn her entire booth.
She's like, oh my god, this is all flammable. You grab onto the tablecloth, and you're trying to do the magician's trick and trying to pull it away
With cockiness.
as the fire's going. So I am going to need a night move.
Thank you for the
What's that
cockiness
smell?
buzzword.
Smells so nice.
Right? I know. It's like jasmine in the summer.
It's like my mom's room.
So this is where what Nintendo don't latchkey move, my final move that I have, I'm going to utilize. So once per session, I can take a 12 plus on a single roll, as long as I do it with cockiness or style. And this is a little bit of both. I get in there thinking I know what the heck is going on.
So yeah, you grab onto that tablecloth. There's all kinds of incense bowls. They've got sand in them with the sticks sticking out of it. She's got a kind of this DIY like stand where all the sticks are, where you can pick, and it's, you know, $1 for 5, $2 for 15. Little sign written, handwritten on there, and you just. Oh, I scared my dog. And you pull that. I know. You pull that. It's okay, honey. You pull that out, and as it comes out, the fire goes out by just the swiftness of the movement of it. Fire goes out, and the lady is just like, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know what? You can have 15 for $1. I owe you so I owe you so much. Like, you saved my whole booth.
It's my pleasure, ma'am. I don't know if you remember me, but I've been coming to your incense booth for you've had this for easily 20 plus years. 10-year gap, but I used to come here to hide the smell of other stuff in my room.
You're the arcade kid.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember you. You were always playing the games, and always like, and you would come into my shop to get quarters.
That's me. Yeah, I actually turned that into a semi-unsuccessful business in California that's not doing so well. But yeah, that's me.
What brings you back to Deep Lake?
As you know, there's some strangeness happening here as of late, and I'm here with some friends, just kind of looking into the weird, the odd, and the random events that have been transpiring here at Deep Lake.
Have you been having weird dreams?
Yeah, I haven't told anybody, but yeah. What are your dreams? What have you been having?
All kinds of stuff, but I sell dream catchers.
Oh, fuck.
And she just kind of like Vanna White's just shows you the display behind her. You do get a meddling move though with your question, so give me a meddling move with presence.
I totally saw that coming in the dream catcher. I was like,
yeah, you got me.
Oops, meddling move, wrong one. With what?
With composure, or I was presence. Sorry,
presence.
No, I'm not having a whole lot of weird dreams, but I think it's because I've got one of these hanging above my bed, and if I'm getting a vibe from you, I think this one, the purple one, I think if you hang that above your bed, I think that you'll remember those dreams, and it'll catch all the bad memories from you. This is science. $25, honey, for you. Normally they're $27. But you saved my booth, so for $25, and I think it'll help a lot.
Based on that roll, absolutely, it's totally worth it, ma'am. I'll give you the $25 for that dream catcher. I buy it. I'm a sucker at that point now.
Yeah, so she takes.
Don't forget about the 15 for $1 as well. Like,
that's right, $26. I'm giving her.
Yeah.
Oh, she goes, I got cherry, I've got apple, I've got jasmine, and she's just putting together a little care package of incense sticks for you. And she's got a nice little bag, and hands over your new purchases.
Fantastical.
No weird smelling rocks though. I'm not interested.
With goo on them.
Is that dream catcher a clue?
Nope.
Can it go in his corner of the house?
Well, so that you used your meddling move, you used your intend don't on the night move, and then you failed the meddling.
Gotcha. But don't we get one on a 12 plus, or is that
an Odyssey tape?
Oh, that's what it is. Dang it. Okay. Fair enough. Wow, wow.
it's purple one, so worth it.
The guys find me, and I'm still standing there, kind of lost in thought, until they kind of jar me awake. I'm looking around, like doing a full 360 around, looking like up above the booze and everything at the horizon and seeing seeing if anything looks weird. And I'm like, you guys, something, I can't explain it. Hold on. Do I I look for the first person that we recognized. Casey, if I recognize him, or
how about
Patience,
how
Sheriff,
about
Marsh.
how about Chuck? Remember Chuck? He was the landscaper that was working on the house in front of Escondido Street. You guys
Okay.
had a brief run-in with him. So he's there. He's eating a hot dog.
Is he like? Do we have a good rapport with him?
Yeah, you guys had a decent interaction with him. He'd remember you.
Okay. Hey, Chuck, how's it going?
Oh, good, man. Good. You guys are still in town?
Yeah, for a few more days. Hey,
man, I noticed like the lawn in front of the house, man. That really needs some attention. Do you want me to come by there tomorrow? I mean, I can get that
Sure.
get the bushes taken care of and stuff. And
yeah, I mean, it's not our place, so I assume like the rent. I don't know. Yeah, might as well do something nice to.
I'm not gonna do it for free, man.
No, I know. I got you. But hey, we're having a we're having a hard time remembering something. Are you familiar with George Carlin?
Yeah, the funny guy on TV. He's on Carson all the time.
Yeah. Do you know he's got a really famous bit, and we cannot remember the name of it. It's like it's about it has some foul language, and it's like 7 words. Does this sound familiar to you at all?
Hold on a second. So he's reaching in. He's got kind of a messenger's bag. He's reaching into his messenger's bag. Go ahead and give me a meddling move. I think this is with presence as well. Damn. So he goes, Carlin. Hold on a second. He pulls out People magazine. He goes, wait, no, hold on. He pulls out another issue of People magazine. He goes, here, hold this. He hands you kind of a like a child's diary. It's got like a little locket on it. Hands you that. Hold that for me. And he pulls on. He goes, I think the Carlin's in one of these People magazines. Just give me a second. And he's flipping through it. You look at this diary, and it has a little latch on it, but there's no lock. When you open it up, it says, this is the diary of, and then there's a place for you to fill that in, right? Where you can write that in. And it says Calamity Raccoon, written in pencil. Yes, the 7 words that you can't use on TV. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It kind of shows it to you.
Yeah. What do you remember any of them?
I mean, they're all right here, man.
Yeah, I hit my head earlier. I'm not like I'm a little woozy. Can you just tell me?
I'm not going to read them off. He reads them off to you, though.
He does. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have. I was wondering if he would. Okay.
So your clue is the Diary of
lucky
Calamity
that you had that.
Raccoon.
Thank you.
We all get together, so eventually. Okay, I suppose we should take the clues we have. We get I don't know, go back there somewhere. I bet there's a barrel where we can put our things on the table, and I think we should try to get on top of this thing. I think we should go for it. We should try answer the question.
Just real quickly, I opened the diary and just see what the entries are like.
So they're all dated entries. They're all written in pretty perfect penmanship, all in pencil, and it's all first person from the perspective of Calamity Raccoon. There's talk about some strife in the band, that sometimes Pig Daddy is like won't play certain songs, and the cow never tunes his instrument perfectly. The one thing at the end of the diary I think kind of sticks out, because he says basically Pig Daddy is convinced that his children aren't safe. He doesn't feel good about his 3 kids in that house. And just in general, like I feel like I'm tired of playing in this band. But it's pretty screwed up because, and then it's like dot dot dot. The director won't let us quit. So we're hopping back in the car and heading back to Rodenbacher.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna find like a table
Oh,
somewhere here.
whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, we do it just right there on the table, barrel.
Even though like the
cloth on
I guess
the
the front of the
ground.
car, since the back is messed up.
Oh, maybe, yeah. On the
So
park
kind of in
table.
the hood of Richard's hoopty.
It's a hoopty
Yeah.
now.
So as we're spreading things out, I'll relay the phone call from this morning. It was just a vaguely familiar voice saying nails are cheap when all the hammers are broken.
I'll get all these messages like can't a friend of yours be here with us?
Somebody's been sending me stuff the whole time I've been here.
Okay, so let's get the question on the table. What happened to TV Odyssey? Why does it threat to be and beyond? And how we can stop the threat. So how we should piece this together. What happened actually?
A bird flies into the windshield and breaks its neck as you guys are talking and just shatters the windshield. So you guys are all there talking through it. You got some of the stuff and the materials out
What?
there. And a seagull just flies past you right into the front of the windshield. And its neck cracks and the carcass falls and the entire spider web of the entire front window of your car, Richard.
What the hell?
What now? Like, are there more like birds falling, or are anything else? When I look around, or Mike looks around, do we see more, or anything?
Give me I need a day move with reason, Mike.
No advantage day.
You look around, and sometimes the hardest thing to notice is what's not there. But you look around, you're like, man, there's no like pigeons or seagulls or like there's nothing. You look into the trees, you don't see anything in the trees, no birds, squirrels, or nothing, and it just kind of strikes you as odd.
When I look at the carcass, is it still there, or is it like?
Yeah, its neck is broken. You look at the carcass; it's a dead gull.
This isn't real.
Okay, this just happened. Yeah, something. Well, you could say that, definitely.
No, this is becoming unreal. Like the nurse's room, half of that was just a set. We've got a script here of us and our lines.
Is there
Don't
something
forget about
about
Casey.
me getting slimmer in the script, by the way? Just for the fun of it. Does it state like Mike gets 15 pounds slimmer or something?
No, it ends when I believe our episode 2 ended, which is when you encountered and brought Elliot to the house. And it finishes with Elliot appearing in his bedroom. And something that didn't happen, the only thing in this script was the character who we know as Cody now, that was given the false name, coughing up bloody mucus.
That was the coughing.
I mean, I've got a prop diary of a fake character. I mean, I guess somebody could just write that, but
Why here?
It
Why
feels
now?
like-
Why would how would you link that to the sequence of unfortunate events that is happening to us? Mainly to you, I guess. I mean, getting hit to the head, falling down, The seagull almost
least
hit
I-
you on the other side of the head.
Hey, at least I weigh the same, pretty much the same as when I got here.
Oh, come on. I have like nice new shirt right on me. I guess it's like some bright yellow colored with like crazy font, Comic Sans.
all
Like,
the
It's got
shit.
home. It's got a home. It's like a latch. It's got kind of a like Deep Lake logo on it, and it's a white like undershirt that has been like screen printed Deep Lake, and then it's got homemade tie dye all over it.
Nice. Are seagulls this far away from the sea?
Yeah, let's make it a pigeon. I didn't even think about that.
Oh,
I was thinking beach.
I was hoping
Sorry.
that was a
oh,
clue.
yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, whatever. I just
Oh, that is a clue, actually.
does anyone else
right?
get this
That I
feeling
didn't
that we're following a script, that we're trapped, that we're in something? I mean, we were in the static zone a couple nights ago, like the TV static zone that comes on at night.
But would
The
that
weird-
script say that we are figuring out that we are following a script? That,
I don't know.
like, it wouldn't be the last and first, but, you know, that's
I don't know.
strange.
I know that I exist. So
How do you, like, okay, if you're going this deep, how do you know? And I poke you, like, in your arm, like, to just verify that my finger doesn't go through you. Just be sure. Okay, you assume,
Guys, we
I guess you are.
teleported from the static back into the room in that house that night. I don't think that's
yeah,
movie magic.
I mean that was a weird night, but
I mean, those teammates didn't even remember who I was. I don't
telling
know.
me, yeah,
I if anything, I feel like I'm fading away and being forgotten. Like, there's no way that those guys don't remember who I was. If not for the games we played together, but with all the stuff that happened back then.
Casey remembers
Where's
us
Cassie?
at least, right? Yeah, oh,
where's Cassie?
yeah. Did you? Was he with you, Richard?
Yeah.
Or-
No, not Casey. The girl,
Cassie?
Cassie Marsh.
Yeah.
Cassie. Okay.
Yeah, Cassandra and her
Have
dad.
you seen her?
They moved
Yeah, they moved. Yeah. they're
after the
away.
whole
So they
corporate thing.
they quit the show. I mean, it sounds. What you described about Casey sounds like they recast somebody on a crappy like soap opera to me.
You invoke his name, and he comes around in the parking lot, and he goes, "Dudes, I held the line. I rode the ride by myself. Come on. You promised me you would ride it, Gerald. Let's go. Come on."
Hey, do you remember why you came up to us the first day that we were here?
Yeah. I heard you guys were here kind of poking around, like coming back to Deep Lake, and we met in the diner. And I told you about the kid I used to play with, Elliot, and like I thought it was super weird how his family like took off, and you guys are acting really weird.
He's good.
I whispered to Gerard, how serious are you thinking that this guy was, like you said, recast?
Nothing adds up perfectly right now. I'm trying to get him to remember stuff that he did before he looked like a different person, to see how well he researched his role. But I don't.
Okay.
It's not that I think that these are all actors or anything. It's not that simple. I think that they're real. They don't think that they're not real.
Casey, could you give the grown-ups a few minutes more? Like, could you stand, I don't know, bite the tree there, or get yourself an ice cream, and we need a minute or two just to sort this out.
What, am I not cool enough for you now? Like,
Listen, kid, just can you do it, please? And I can give you, I know, I give him $5 to buy stuff. Just get an ice cream or something.
Only if you promise we get on the whirly wheel. When you guys are done with
You know
your
what?
collide.
I'm good. Let's ride the whirly wheel.
Yeah, we have a. You know what? Gerald, the thing we are doing here, then barely be my guest, but not now.
I'll go get back in line. If you guys promise you're going to come, it's like
I'm
20
coming
minutes.
right now.
All right, cool. So he's kind of like walking back because the way the cars are parked is like there's a fence there, so you got to go back down the aisle, right, and get out of the fenced-in parking lot to get back to the festival. So he's going to start heading that way. Sounds like Gerard. So are you?
Yes, but I'm like on alert now. I am looking for goofs and continuity errors.
Yeah, I think Richard is going to follow because he's getting just as sus about the situation, and clearly something is calling for us to go on this ride. And I'm going to try not to go against the grain and kind of follow suit and see what happens with my same awareness. I'll urge
Cody
the guys to join us.
Cody and Mike?
I would like to start like piecing things together, doing the like pin board and the strings.
Yeah, no.
So I
You wanna
think
stay
I
at the
will
car?
start working. Yeah, working on
Yeah.
the question.
Yeah, you do that. Something's calling us to go check that out. So let's split up and.
Yeah, I'm following Gerard and Richard and not Casey, but the lake keeps drawing me. And when everyone peels to go on this ride, I just keep wandering towards that lake.
So as you guys are walking, you kind of have to go back through this vendor booth area to get to the whirly wheel. And before you break off, Cody, you guys walk by a booth called Magic Eye, which there's probably a lot of people watching that don't know, and maybe I'm getting a nod from Kyle, but were these posters that looked like just a series of colored dots. And if you stared at it long enough and almost had to cross your eyes a little bit, they would give kind of like a 3D effect. And you could see that it was actually a unicorn that was in that picture. And when I was growing up, that was a bar that either you were above the bar or below the bar. Either you could look at a magic eye and tell everybody what you could see, or you're like, you guys are effing crazy.
The street credit I got from recognizing this.
Oh yeah. It was a BFD. So you guys are walking and there's a series of those posters, and Casey goes, tell me one of you knows how to do this damn thing.
Yeah.
I've been staring at these things like all summer, and all my buddies can like see that it's, like it's a castle or it's a boat, and all I see are a bunch of dots.
Yeah, I go up to Alt Casey and tell him, hey, close your eyes. I place them kind of in front. I say,
It's hard for me to see it.
I know, but whenever you open your eyes, don't try to focus. Just stare through the image, not directly at it. Just let your eyes relax when you open. Now go.
He looks at it. When does it start?
When
Do you know how to do Magic Eye, Richard?
Yes.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah. So I get in front. I go like this. Let me show you. I can describe it to you. I close my eyes and I open. Let my eyes relax and fade.
Yeah, you almost have to stare like 5 inches in front of it, right? To kind of like not look directly at it. And the effect starts to happen. You start to see a portion of the picture like 3-dimensionally get closer to you than the rest of the picture. But instead of like a boat or a unicorn or a bunny, it's just letters. And it just says leave. And as you then turn and Magic Eye any of the other posters, they're all identical. Every one of them says leave when you stare at it long enough. Dude, I can't see anything. What do you see?
I shake my head. I said, Casey, these must be broken. I don't know.
Well, it makes me feel better.
Yeah, you must be able to do it. You just can't do it on these because either can I. So yeah, go ahead and get ahead of us, jump in line, and I wait till he gets a little bit further ahead. And
Swear to God, if you guys don't come,
we've got money on this now. Casey, don't trip. Go.
all right. So he takes off. 4 of you are there.
Guys, I don't know if you know how to do magic eyes, but these freaking things say leave. Something doesn't want us here. This should be like a happy face or a car or something, and there's letters. Can you see it?
I believe you. I can do it, but they give me a headache.
If any of
I
you
could have told
do
you
it,
something
it's
doesn't want us
verified.
here.
Yeah.
The radio was telling us not to go. Something has our scent. Now these things say leave. Shall we go to the whirly wheel or shall we leave?
I don't think it means leave the festival. I think it means leave Deep Lake. I mean, it was telling us to go home when we were in the car. We weren't at the festival yet.
Why are we always listening to this thing? Or to the advice of these people? Why are we willingly just stringing ourselves along? And I hold up the postcard. It says don't go swimming. Why are we listening to that? Why aren't we playing with those dice?
That postcard came from the person who's helping me, not from the signal or whatever else. I mean, I guess we don't know.
But do you know that person? Why are we listening to them either?
I feel like I know them. I feel like I knew the voice. They've predicted things. I mean, I don't know. They've left messages at places sent from before we even knew we were going to be there.
An illusion is only an illusion if you buy into it. And we've been buying into everything that people are saying. And we're following along. I say we walk backwards, so to speak. We do what's being told that we shouldn't do. I'm going to go take a swim. And at this point, that's when I peel towards the lake.
All right, then I'm going to ride the wheel. But I would. Is Mike with us, or have we left him?
No, Mike's with you.
Okay.
Oh, no, he's left.
Please?
He's back at the car, so it's just Richard.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Richard?
Cody, I like where you're going with this. Let's go. Let's go figure out what's in this water. George, you good?
Will you please take Butt, because I don't want him on the whirly wheel.
Yeah, I'll take Butt.
Thank you.
So let's cut to Casey. There's only like the whirly wheel's going, woo, and it's one of those like spins, but the chairs spin and that spins on top of the spinning. And it's starting to come down again. A guy with one snaggle tooth and a toothless mouth otherwise is there. Tattoos all the way up his neck. And people are starting to get off of it. And Casey's like, just you and me?
They chickened out.
Did you get a ticket?
Let's go. I will.
Cool. Can you cover me? Because like I've rode it before, and like I only had enough money to ride it once.
That's fine.
So you get in there, sit in the seat. It clamps down. The guy's snaggletooth tests it, and one of the tattoos says "Mom," but it's crossed out. And he tests it, and he goes, "You should be good." And he helps load everybody else on. Let's cut to the lake. We've got Richard and Cody walking up to the lake.
Cody, I'm relying on you on this, man. I think you're onto something. I say trust your gut. What do you want to do?
Internally, I want to swim out to that rock. But all I say is, look, at this point, we've just been following along. If this is some sort of illusion or TV show, it's going to unravel as soon as we stop following the script. So I say that we give this a shot and we dip our toes in. What do you say?
Before I answer, I'm going to scan the lake to see if there are boat rentals, those big tricycle water wheel rentals, kayaks, something other than getting this cat to go swimming.
Paddle boards. So they got the paddle boats, right? The duo paddle boards where you sit next to each other. You both have got the wheels.
Yes.
They've got those just down there near actually where Cody was spacing out earlier and almost got in a fight.
Cody, let's get one of these little rascal paddle boat things and let's head out there. Let's give it a shot. You cool with that?
Yeah.
You got your credit card on you? Because I left mine back at the...
We saw you buy a dream catcher.
All right, fair enough.
So you guys walk up to rent this and no trouble with transaction. He goes, first 30 minutes you're covered, and then it's another $10 for every 15 minutes after that. All we ask is you stay within line of sight of the dock here. We don't want you taking off too far. Timer starts now.
All right.
You guys get in the boat, right? And the sound of the paddle behind you as it's going, and just slowly you start heading towards this rock that Cody recognized. And at one point, Nick, I think you kind of lean over and kind of look in the water. You could swear somebody's swimming under you. You can see an outline of somebody swimming underwater, but then they kind of go back under the boat.
I smack Cody on the shoulder, point to him to look down. There's something.
Yeah, I do. Do I see anything?
You see the person, whatever this is, kind of drifts off to your side of the paddle boat for a second, and I want you just to imagine somebody kind of doing the underwater swimming under you, and then they just kind of drift back under out of your sight.
I take the flip-flops off, take the shirt off, and I jump in, thinking that it's someone needs help, like they're drowning.
Jump into the water. I think Deep Lake is a spring lake, so it's surprisingly clear. It's not kind of one of those brown, muddy lakes. You dive in. It is cold. You have that initial shock, like, whoa! But then you start to acclimate, and you go under. You don't see anything. You come back up. I'm going to assume Richard stops paddling, so the boat's right there. And you go back under again. I need a night move.
What could go wrong?
What are you afraid is going to happen when you actually see this thing?
I am afraid that I'm gonna somehow see the person that drowned in that lake with, and I didn't save when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's exactly who this is. And that's exactly who you're going to see is this kid at the age when they passed away in that accident. But it's worse than that.
Okay.
Because,
all right, so
hold on, I ain't done yet, son.
You told me to roll.
Not yet. It's worse than that because they're going to grab onto you, say something that you're going to hear as clear as if you were above the water line, and they're going to drag you to the bottom of Deep Lake. So I think this is definitely with vitality.
Oh, good. I'm like, let's bump up my sensitivity.
Actually, I'll take sensitivity here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Night move sensitivity.
So you dive in, and he almost comes from nowhere. right? You've gone on down twice now looking for him. You come down again, and as you kind of right yourself back up again after diving down again head first, start coming up, and you feel before you see this boy grab onto both sides of your shoulders, stopping your arms from swimming. And he looks at you and he goes, "You owe me. You did nothing. I'm here because of you, doing nothing." And there's a stiffness in your legs. And the only reason you know you're getting deeper is the water pressure in your ears.
Yeah, and I'd say that it's not the frozen lake that's keeping me still. Holy cow! Okay, let's turn a key.
Okay.
Let's, boy. Yeah. All right. Key turned.
So you go down one more time to try to see what the hell this thing is or who this is. And it's the big man in his suit. And he says to you, "You're out of time. We see you. And you're not going to get any more warnings." And he goes away as if somebody was turning off a tube television set. That kind of little bright light that fades and goes. And you come back up for air. Add the condition, big man sees me.
So I get back in the boat, and I'm not really vocalizing what just happened. I'm just kind of collecting my thoughts and poorly regurgitating. There was something down there. There was something down there.
Let's cut to the whirly wheel. Gerard, this thing just is making way too much noise. Like someone needs to like buy some WD-40. Like it's as the kind of the one of the each of the big arms kind of pulls up, and you're kind of drawn up, and then you hear the clink as the gears under your chair carriage lock, and it starts to when you start to you start spinning, and Casey's like, "This is the best part," and he's like got both of his hands white knuckled on the thing, on the little guard there across your chest or across your lap, the lap guard. Let's cut to the parking lot. What are you doing, Mike?
I was thinking to start answering the question, but it makes sense if we get together.
Yeah. So in the meantime, what does that look like, right? So if we're looking at Mike, you're just kind of leaning over the hood of the car. Is that still?
I think it gets out of hand. I'm starting to use all the space of the car, like the doors are open. I have something like on the front seats of the car, so I can see it through the window. Maybe I even since the window was cracked a little bit, that there was a spider web, so probably I had to. I pulled it out. You know how the front window crackles, so it's like one piece. So I just got it out, and I like crazily starts putting all the things there, so I can see them flat on one surface, if that's a car you could call it, to start.
Kind of like when you were doing your little science experiment, Mike. You're just so damn hyper focused, right? Just a fixation of trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. It takes a half a second before you feel the point of the knife under the soft part of your chin, and you freeze. The whirly wheel is spinning, and Gerard, you're starting to like, ugh. And then and it's been making clank noises, and the spinning goes the other direction, and clank noises, and the arm goes up, and clank noises, and now the carriage is shaking like it's loose. Casey goes, whoa, this is not part of the ride. This is bad. The world is just spinning.
I call out for One Tooth Man to shut it down.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no, I'll turn it off. Just don't make any sharp moves.
Deep breath, Casey.
I'm gonna need a night move from you as the carriage unlatches from the arm. What are you afraid is going to happen when you go flying off of the whirly wheel in the carriage?
It's gonna fly. So I'm like the seat that I'm in is gonna fly off the ride.
I want you to imagine you're like in a little Ferris wheel carriage, right? Where you've got a kind of a bench and a little enclosed seating couch type thing with a metal bar that comes up and locks down.
Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna come loose from the ride.
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
It's gonna. Yeah. So it's gonna fly into the lake, and the harness it's that kind that you can't undo yourself. So that's just gonna be stuck, locked. That I'm gonna sink into the water, locked into my seat. Make it worse. I dare you.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be worse than that. I think it's going to be worse than that because you're not going to realize any of that because the impact of hitting that water is going to break your neck. I think that you need a night move with vitality.
Can I make an argument for composure? Like, I know what to do. Like, during a car crash, you're supposed to go limp.
I'm okay with that.
Like,
yeah.
I know to relax my body for the
right.
impact.
So you're not going to try to overpower this. You're going to try to reason and just keep your shit together. Okay.
Yeah.
And it spins, and it's flying towards the lake. What do you do?
I relax my body. I'm waiting for us to stop moving to do anything, to see where we land and how we land.
Yeah, so it hits the water. It skips. You're able to slide out into the lake itself. And it continues to skip like a stone past you. And it starts to sink as you're treading water.
Was Casey on that one?
He was in there with you.
Where is he now? Is he
All
in
you see is the back of the carriage.
All right, I head towards it.
So you start swimming towards
Don't forget about Bud as
well. Mike has him, or Richard has him.
I have him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
As you get around, it's about halfway in, and Casey's trying to unlatch it. And he's like, "This isn't working. I can't get out." And the water is like up to here on him. I don't even know how to swim.
I'm going to try to unlatch it or cut it with anything. This kid's got to be one of those kids who has like a pocket knife.
Give me a day move with reason. So you're trying to work this latch, and it ain't coming off. I can't get it to, and he is now head underwater, and he is not holding his breath. He is panicking. You hear a horn, like a blowhorn, come out, and it's coming, and you go, "Deep Lake Police, just stay there. We're getting a boat."
We're getting up, okay. All right, I'll turn a key.
The knife is right here, Mike. And you hear the woman's voice. She says, I just need some cash for cash for food. And you recognize the voice immediately. You recognize it as Winnie, the girl from the coffee shop. She goes, I'm so sorry. I just need some cash. That's all.
Okay. Take whatever you want. I got cash in my pocket. And I keep my hands up so she can see that.
She goes, God, I am so sorry. And what she means to do is to pull the knife away. But the way you're turning your head to reach into your pocket for the cash, she's pulling the knife away. You are inadvertently turning into the knife. Big shocker. I need a night move. What are you afraid is going to happen if this knife goes into your throat?
Cutting my artery, so I guess bleeding out.
Yeah, you're going to bleed out.
To be creative. Yeah.
But you're not going to die. You're going to fade away. So give me a night move with vitality.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, I rolled 6.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
I'm waiting to see if we're going to do anything. If we're not,
Okay, I think I thought we were getting a scene, and then I'm turning.
I thought about it, but
yeah. Okay.
if you've got keys left, I think you're going to want to turn it.
Definitely, I will turn it.
So you feel that knife
got
as you turn into it. You feel that knife, and she drops it. Right, so the knife clanks down. She goes, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I got fired, and my dad kicked me out of the house, and I'm so sorry." And she's kind of just backing up. She goes, I please don't tell anybody. I'm so sorry. I don't know what compelled me to do this. I really feel bad.
Oh. Yeah, okay, just get lost, please. Just leave me alone.
Promise me you won't tell anybody. Promise.
I won't. Yeah, sure. I won't tell anybody. Yeah.
And so she's kind of backing away, and she's real nervous about it, and she's got her kind of eyes down, and she's she turns just in time for Patience to hit her. You see her body fly into the air as Patience's car stops in front of you.
Again?
And Winnie falls onto the hood of Patience's car. You're trying to get that unlatched, Jared, and finally you realize there is a safety latch, that it's not at the latch here, it's what attaches it to the carriage, right? Like a pull. And you find that and you pull it, and Casey is out at this point. You're able to kind of get him and come up to the surface, and and he just spits out lake water. Oh my God. What? If you knew how to get me out, why did you take so long?
Oh, shut up.
What'd you say?
I said, oh, shut up.
Can you add the condition Casey doesn't trust me?
Why would he really?
You can see that they now have got 2 separate paddle boats headed towards you with deputies in them, but it's kind of it's gonna be a minute.
Yeah, I'll just tread water with him until I get here.
Let's cut back. Speaking of paddle boats, let's cut back.
I'm guessing we're both paddling, but I'm probably paddling twice as fast.
What,
Making it
George-
difficult for you to also.
kind of going to the left.
Yeah.
What are we going back to the dock, or are we still headed to the rock?
At this point, I think I've steered us closest to shore, not even to the accident, but just to get me off this boat.
And this is, I mean, you can see something has happened, right? You see these paddle boats leaving in front of you, headed, and it looks like there's people swimming there, but you can't make out. It's far kind of on the other side of the shore, so you don't realize. I think that it's Jared and Casey as you start heading in. Patience gets out of. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Richard's going to be continuing asking Cody, what the hell happened? What'd you see? What? And I imagine you're not saying much, but he is definitely trying while I'm going through the motions of trying to keep up with them on the paddle boat.
Yeah, I'm saying things like I was wrong, but in like a rambling, murmuring, like incoherent manner. There was something down there. It sees us. It sees all of us. I'm not making any sense.
Patience gets out of the car. She's like, "Oh my god,
Crazy bitch, you ran her over. What's wrong with you, Patience?
I hit the brake.
What the hell?
I saw her step out and I hit the brake.
Obviously.
I don't.
Just get the first aid kit. Get the first aid kit. Let's try to.
First aid kit. Her neck's broken.
Just, I don't know. I'm trying to just randomly giving her like CPR and just.
Yeah, jostle her around a bunch. That's good for neck injuries.
Yeah, you get over to
the best I can do.
her immediately, just instinctively, even though you're not an EMT or anything or a doctor, you check for vitals, and her neck is in a position that's not natural. You hear hands come behind you going, Jesus, hey, you get away from her. Get away from her.
I tried to help her. Like,
did you push her?
No, I didn't push her. Like this crazy. What? Did you see what happened? Did you see how crazy fast she ran into her? Like
all I heard is a crash. All I heard is the screeching of tires, and just get out of here. Go away. Patience,
Okay.
Get back in the car. I don't want you going anywhere. Just get back in the car. Don't turn it on. Don't do anything. And he is now trying to.
Don't let her go into the car. That's like the worst thing that.
You worry about your job. I'll worry about mine. And your job is to get the hell out of my eyesight right now.
Okay, you're the boss. Okay. Just just don't do anything. And Mike keeps talking to Halsey. Don't do anything crazy. Just wait for the good rest. Wait for the guys. Sort this out together when we answer the question. And he keeps repeating that a few times. Like it stops making sense, when you start repeating the same sentence all over again, like it's complete gibberish. And that somehow is a thing that he tries to keep himself calm. But just wait for the guys. Wait for the guys.
George, you're pulled into one of the paddle boats. Casey's pulled into another one by each of those deputies, and they take you back to the shore. They don't go back to the dock. It's much faster to go right to shore. And Casey's paddle boat gets there a little bit sooner than yours. They kind of beaches up there. People, they're just like, oh my god, Casey gets out and he's just like, I'm fine. You're still paddling towards it. Casey just turns to you and just goes and walks away. You get to shore. You all right there, man? Guy next to you.
Who's talking to me?
Deputy that's in the boat with you.
Oh, yeah, I'm great.
I mean, maybe we should go talk to Nurse Liz, man. Just kind of look you over.
I promised her I wouldn't come back today, so.
Okay. You did a good thing there, kid. I don't know what Casey's problem is, but I saw it, and you saved his life.
Well, thank you. I just walk off. Before I go back to the car, I want to go back to the Bell game and just look at the piece that broke off.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of
How
just leaning
solid
up
does it
against
look?
it. It's it's closed. There's nobody there.
How solid does it look? Does it look like it's made out of sturdy materials, or does it look like a prop, basically? That
No,
wouldn't hold up to-
it's legit. Like what it looks like is somebody took a sledgehammer and just like knocked it off the top of it, right? Not hit a little lead weight that flies up there. So what you're seeing doesn't make it look like a prop or anything, but it's really hard to piece together a scenario where Hanscom hit that thing so damn hard that it maybe knocked the bell off. That's possible, right? But it broke the top of this thing and ripped it off of the rest of the wood.
Right. Well, I'm going back to the car and finding the chaos that's there right now, and I'm soaking wet.
So on your way, you run into Mike walking towards you before you get to the parking lot.
I don't know which one of us looks worse, man.
Did you go? Like, I thought you went like paddleboarding or swim, not like deep diving. What happened to you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the
No,
guys went swimming. I thought you were going on the weightlifting tango ride, breakdance.
Well, I
thing.
got to do
don't know
both.
the name. I'm not sure I want to know. Like, look, Patience killed somebody just now, just on the parking spot.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
I don't know, something. Obviously, we should be leaving and resolving this question. The thing we gotta solve. Like, no more going. Like, no more getting lollipops or sugarcane or whatever you want. Like, well, I'm.
Did you want? I have.
Well,
I have
never
my dum dums in the car. If you want a lollipop, we don't have to pay for those.
Okay, I'm getting those dips on that, but let's not stray anywhere else. Let's wait for Cody and Richard, and hopefully they will
Let's
be
stay
just
on
fine.
set.
Yeah. So
Gerardus Habit is fully like disconnected from reality right now. He's convinced that none of this is real. It's all like, so there's no like stakes or consequences to anything in his mind right now.
And I've got you guys like 100 yards from the parking lot, right? So the parking lot's within view, but you guys aren't there. Richard and Cody, you're walking up, and we're seeing police tape now being put around like 4 cars in all directions on that parking lot. Gerard is dripping wet.
As
Gerard,
is Cody.
Yes, it was good.
That's not because you saw Hanscom.
Heyo. What
Actually,
the hell happened
He's
over
not in
here, guys?
uniform, but
Yeah, I got basically mugged, and the mugger died. That's the gist of it. That's the TLDR version. What happened to you?
well, I flew off
Like,
the ride with Casey, and he hates me now. How'd you guys do?
Yeah, he hates you. What a shame.
The big man spoke to me at the bottom of the lake.
Okay.
That's the first time, like, Richard, that's news to Richard.
Yeah, I look over you like, what the hell? It's been 25 minutes, and I've been trying to get something out of you, and all of a sudden, Mike and Gerard are here, and you tell them.
Where's Butt?
I got him right here. He's good. I got him in the fanny pack.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hold on to this fanny pack though. I'm attached to your cat.
Okay, we just drive away from this mess? Do we just? I don't want to be on this beach festival and just. Let's go to the closest diner.
Car? We're not going anywhere.
Well, ask your friend over there, and I'm sure he will let us out. We tell him like we're at the diner next door. Yeah. He's your actor friend, right?
I mean, if it's how close is it? Could we just walk there?
Yeah, 100 yards. So to where the police line is.
I know. I mean, like to a diner nearby. Mike wants to go to it.
I think you're about a couple miles from town, so I mean it's definitely walkable. Okay. In this heat, it'll be kind of brutal.
No, not interested.
We need to change of the location. Like this is like, let's just grab our shit that we have on the car, I was doing some kind of a little bit of investigation, and we just need to go out of this, pit of despair, death, and destruction. I don't know. How many dead people we will see today? By the way. Yeah, right.
Just one so
So
far,
let's
right?
go to the diner.
Am I forgetting someone?
Yeah, well,
Have
the
the police
big
pick
guy
up the
under the
knife.
lake. I guess he's not alive, or is he?
Have the police picked up the knife.
If you're walking towards that, as soon as you get anywhere near that police station, a deputy comes up and goes, "Nope, nope, nope."
That's our car, and we just need to grab our stuff off.
And that's fine. You're not going to cross this line. Guys, get a taxi or something if you want to leave. But this is a crime scene, and you see Patience in the car. She's crying, and there's a deputy next to her with like a pad of paper, and they're talking. You can't hear what they're saying. Hanscom has now put Winnie into a body bag. There's an ambulance there.
Are all of
Okay,
our
we got our
clues
stuff.
scattered across the hood still?
And partially, just kind of getting knocked around, yeah. But they're all around the car. But you know what they are, so that wouldn't prevent you from using them by any stretch of imagination.
Okay. All right. Let's just find Is there a tree that's not in the fairgrounds that we could like sit under so we're not baking?
Mhm.
Okay. How does that sound?
It's not a diner.
Well, you want to walk a couple of miles to town?
Well, if there's a burger and fries, then that helps me think.
You just had 2 corn dogs with mustard.
That was like I don't know, 10 hours ago or something. Just what are you talking about?
Just a general curiosity. The lake is kind of far away from town. How much further is the town's boundary?
So you're technically still within Deep Lake, but this is where it gets it goes from, Deep Lake is a small town, like two stoplight town, right?
Right.
And then you got kind of the burbs. Then you got kind of like some of the mobile home parks are really kind of out in the outskirts. If you were to walk west right now, I mean, you're maybe a mile or two if you wanted to get literally outside of the town border, the town line, and outside of it. It's unincorporated at that point. It's not like you're next to another town.
All right. Well, Cody's convinced that he's going to fade away with those football buddies not remembering who he was, with Casey being replaced. So he says that I don't want to be forgotten, and starts walking outside of town or toward the edge of town. No more arguments, guy. I don't want to be forgotten.
How is that going to help?
We need to solve this. We need to answer this. Everything will be erased. I mean, like all the wrong things will be erased, and everything will be good. He will not think that we are acting. You will not be forgotten. Everybody will know that you're their best football buddy, and I will just finally get on top of this thing. And Mike is really focused on, like, let's just solve this. Let's just sit right here. Let's solve this. Let's solve this.
We won't forget you, Cody, but we need to stick together.
We need to solve it. That will do anything. That will. Everything will be great. Like I bet we can get that burger later. We can, like, I don't know. We can write about it on your Ghost Bros. I will put something on my blog. We'll be happy again.
Ghost Bros, forums, blogs, our lives are in danger. This entity is telling us to leave, and at this point I'm thinking we should listen.
With so many opportunities to leave, I think the only way to really leave is to solve this. It's a puzzle. It's like a Sudoku. Like when you fill in the last number, you can finally go home.
Cody, stick it out with us. Come on, you convince me to lean in or go against the grain and do what this thing is telling us not to do. Just continue that a little bit longer. Let's see where this plays out. You're not going anywhere.
That was a mistake, but I just throw my hands up. Well, if you guys really think that solving this is the way through, then where are our where's our clues? Are they behind that tape right now?
All up here. Okay, we don't need that stuff.
I wrote something down on my laptop, so yeah, at least not all the details, but we have the majority, remember, written down.
Can anyone make sense of this? I would love to hear a theory right now as to why a man with a giant hat just spoke to me underwater. Why Casey is suddenly a totally different person. Someone please elaborate. Make sense of this for me.
TV Odyssey disappeared. Maybe someone made it go away, but now it wants to come back. And the way it does that is by creating these weird ass episodes that resemble the programs that it used to air.
I'm going to use that to cut to credits. We'll be back on the other side.
We were latchkey kids with wild hearts and minds, deep lake secrets we left behind. Public access dreams on a twisted screen. TV Odyssey, what did it mean? Now we're back, the town's forgotten too, searching for the echoes of our afternoons. Unsettling tapes with the eerie glow, hidden in the shadows of what we used to know. Returning to Deep Lake, where the past and present shake, searching for the truth we see in the memories faint and bleak. Returning to Deep Lake with the clues that time won't break. TV Odyssey's haunting call will unravel, reveal it all. Every face we meet was a different past in Deep Lake's mystery. The die is cast, flickering horrors on magnetic reels. What was real? What did they conceal? What did they conceal?
Looks like I did my signature move all right there. I know I've done something right when I get the chat going, what? I think secretly DZ doesn't want this to be the last episode anyway. So a couple things very, very quickly. Next couple things you saw on the schedule, we've got Shiver Weekend next weekend. So on the 6th and the 7th of July, we've got back-to-back episodes of Shiver Gothic. Unbelievable cast. If you've not watched the first episode of that, it is capital G Gothic horror. We're having an incredible amount of fun. Things got crazy pretty quickly. So I really would love it if you've not seen that first episode to at least go check it out and see if it's your jam. And then we've got back-to-back Saturday and Sunday episodes live next weekend. All right. Probably second to last episode is my guess, but hard to know. So it smells like we're close. Let's start off with you, Vaslav. Thoughts and then stars and wishes.
This was, I know we say that a lot, but this episode had a lot of moments that were stars. I mean, a lot of the attention to details, the fallbacks to things that happened in the past. If I had to pick one, I like when Daisy said, like, okay, I'm gonna go on the spinny ride. I was thinking, like, is he really going? And then we discussed we do something else, and no, I'm just going with Casey. Like, I think he was like sticking really to the character that, like, and the suspicious that this is like the Truman-esque thing, and that he will try to just play along with it to confirm it. Thoughts?
What would you like to see? Oh yeah, thoughts first. Yeah, let's hear thoughts. Thoughts on the game and the system.
Awesome. This is awesome. I like how this episode brought a lot of the things from our character's past and uncovered a lot of again, a lot of small details that pieced the thing together. I think this system would work even better if it would be on more intensive basis because we're playing like once a month ish. But I
Yeah.
can imagine like if it's a one every other week would be enough, or every week, it could get really intricate with all the details that the players are uncovering and having freshly in their mind. So this is like the limitation of the format we have here, but it still works. But I can imagine like it can push it even further if you have more intensive.
What do you want to see in episode 12? What are you wishing for?
I can say what I'm not wishing for, what I'm afraid of, that there will be like a rollback of what happened. Some things. I think because that's
What do you
something what
mean?
Mike is looking for, that if we solve this, it will roll back to when the things were good. Maybe the lady will not die. Maybe we will not even happen most of the events. Maybe we go back to the time when we solved out the mystery at the house, we have a beer, and we go back home. So this is what Mike is hoping for, and I hope it doesn't happen.
Vaslov doesn't want the you wake up from a dream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Question for you, Kyle. As a designer, I think you have a unique perspective on playing a game like this. It's a question I have been thinking a lot about with Brindlewood Bay, with this game, and then I've been spending a lot of time with The Between, which is actually the first of these three games. But I've been listening to there's a great actual play on Eight Slayed Nobody, of them playing The Between, and I think I'm hoping the Kickstarter will be this summer or this fall, because I can't wait to get my hands on that game. So I'm sure there's gonna be a third freaking Gauntlet Cordova game on this channel. What I've been thinking about though is replayability. Do you think you could play this game again? And let's say with a different table.
Oh, absolutely. We're there. I mean, the game is essentially set pieces, not so much like concrete evidence, and like we're telling the story. Maybe not so much creating the questions, but we're developing the answers our own way, and that shifts how the game plays out so much.
Yeah.
One thing that I've really found interesting in this system is that as a player, I'm way more interested in the failures that are happening in the game. And
You're
what I
always like
liked,
that.
true, because I think that there's a lot more wrinkly goodness in a story to push in that direction. But what I liked most about this episode is that you I don't know if this was knowingly or not, but you went in and were like, I'm gonna make them turn keys left and right, and everyone was getting down to their resources. Like I had 8 from the start, and not anymore. I'm not gonna go back and count, but
Yeah.
it's a very different character already at this point. And
Well, just so real quick on that, to let you know, I knew that was possible, right? And I knew had you rolled well, we wouldn't have needed all those keys. But you guys did a great job of needing to roll those keys because of the rolling, needing those keys. What I knew is that whatever this is not messing around anymore. So whatever is happening is now focused on you and wants you to stop. And if that, I think whatever this is, and keep in mind, for those of you watching, I don't know what this is. And that's awesome. Like, as I'm watching these clues get put together and watching this thing start to congeal and form, including with the theories thrown around in chat, I'm starting to form what this is. And I love that. But I just knew that whatever is happening here, whatever causing this to happen to Deep Lake, it recognizes the four of you, and it wants you to stop. And if it, and I think it's willing to stop you to stop it, right? To stop your progress. So my intention wasn't to burn through your keys, but I knew that was a possibility depending on your rolls.
Well, it worked. This was a great episode. At least for the things that I look for,
Yeah.
like I want that tension. I want I want there to be, no win condition, and let's try to make it up anyway. And I
I
think
just realized the other game you played with me is Mothership, which is
right,
another
yeah,
play to lose.
right.
That's funny. So that's stars. What are you wishing for in episode 12? Or not wishing for to make what Vaslav did?
Yeah, no, I don't. It's another. It's gonna be just like the end of Mothership. It's gonna be bittersweet. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna want it to end. um, a satisfying conclusion, and anyone can you could interpret that however you want, because not all good endings are satisfying conclusions, and sometimes a bad ending is. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it.
Vaslav, I forgot keys. Did you turn keys that we need to do any flashbacks with?
I did turn a key. One key is not as much of a flashback, it's key of the unspoken, which finds something annoying about another ledge key. Tell us who and what it is.
Ooh.
I have one thing I was thinking about. Maybe it's a stupid one, but it's an idea. I will throw it out there. I'm thinking like Richard would have like always some mess around his face, like some bit of a ketchup here, and he wipes it out, and minute later he has like there's a ketchup on the other side of his face, always some condiment, or maybe just a bit of mud or something like
Smudge.
that, or
Shaving
like
cream.
like ash from a cigarette in his facial hair or something.
It just
Always
drives you
showing
nuts.
some like mess. Yeah,
I'm Pigpen. I got you.
You're always just like right here.
yeah.
All right, good. How about you, Kyle? How many keys did you turn? Any of them require narration?
I turned a handful today, and one is a flashback to the moment when you realized your parents were imperfect.
Yeah, that one I
Mm.
have as well. The second one I took. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so we'll
Yeah.
come back to you, Vaslav. Go ahead, Kyle.
And I think it based on everything else that happened in this episode for my character, I think I have to go back to the scene of the night that happened, and I lied to the police about what happened, and I think the imperfection is that my mom believed me.
Mm.
Um, like I know I'm not a good liar, and without like not even like I'm protecting my son sort of thing. It's like she just
She did just
believed.
blanket believe.
Yeah,
Didn't ask the one question, the first question where you would have broke.
right.
Yeah, that's good. What's yours, Vaslav?
Mine is the it's a different spin. I in a way it's a similar one, but it's when my dad when I had the accident with the beating of the kid and doing not really nice things, and my dad would tell me, "You're fine. Like you did, you could have held back, but you did nothing wrong." But I've overheard him when he was talking to the dad of the other kid, and he didn't know I was listening. And he's like, "Okay, so this kid, I have to get rid of him. I hope he leaves the home as soon as possible. I can't stand him. Like it's really crazy."
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did Richard turn any keys?
No keys for Richard. No.
And no conditions. Look at you. All right. So, how about you, Nick? Thoughts, stars, and wishes.
Thoughts? Wow, what a great episode! So much happened. The ramp, and that leans right into the wish is continue that same pace of ramping up of all the things happening, which is going to make a great what we think is a final episode. So I'm excited for that. And then as far as stars go, and I wrote this down almost immediately because I wanted to come back to it. When Kyle started hitting all those football buzzwords with the guys in this role play moment as Cody, it was fucking amazing. And I was like, yes, hitting it just hard. And you perfectly role played that moment out. And then and that piggybacks off of the or transitions into your role playing on freaking out at the end. That was totally awesome watching that happen, and then giving us that that opportunity to help navigate that situation and really check us all. I was like, oh crap, there is a lot going on. What is our characters doing? And I started thinking to myself, am I reacting correctly? So it was a great moment. So great job.
I've categorized. I've got a category of players. One of the best things is I get to play with so many people. All right, and there's a category of player I call a sniper, and it's the player who doesn't say anything for 80% of the of play, and then just comes in and like dead shots, like three in a row, and everybody's like, oh, moves along. And you've got a little bit of that too, Nick. You're a bit of a sniper too, where we may not hear from you a while, and then you'll say or do something in character as character, and it'll be just like, whoa, so impactful. But yeah,
By the way, I
Kyle,
felt so
Kyle was the sniper
unfair.
this episode.
I felt so unfair that nobody believed Kyle that he's making fun of them. It was so good and like broke my heart, but nobody believed him.
You know what? It was something that you see on TV. The exaggerated bullies.
We get it, Gerard. So I want to poke on the wish a little bit more, Nick. And I really like Vaslav's angle. What would, at the end of episode 12, we finished, we had a great time. What would the ending be that would disappoint you a bit?
I think the dream scene, and we just wake up in the house on day one going, what the hell? That would be kind of like a, oh. Yeah. But it would have to have some major lead up that, it all depends on what happened to lead up to that maybe that's not all of it. Maybe there's extra twists, but I think that's what I'm hoping doesn't happen. But
right.
The ride so far has been phenomenal. So it's hard to be disappointed with anything at this point. So
DZ, thoughts, stars, and wishes.
Yeah, the pacing of this episode is great.
Really?
Yeah, particularly there was the climax of the episode. I could picture in my mind like a movie or a TV show where this had first of all, the whole session had the feeling of the penultimate episode of a TV show where this like they're diving in and the stakes, like it's setting up for the dramatic final episode, and it's having its own dramatic things happen. But specifically the scene where Cody and Richard are in the lake. I'm in the ride. Mike is doing the investigation. He's like poring over the clues. You see that in like the climax of movies where like all the characters are separated, but they're all kind of coming towards the same conclusion very slowly. And you've even got the one person like looking at looking at the board, the cork board and everything. So it's just very like evocative, the like switching back and forth, because in those scenes you start to switch faster between scenes and not break them up fully. You're going and seeing them all at the same time. So I really enjoyed that moment.
Good.
For a star, probably also Cody, but because for a different reason, because Cody and Kyle in particular has done a really good job of establishing throughout the entire game, not just today, the trauma that was going to bubble to the surface over the course of it. And I didn't have like a specific trauma in my head when I started the character, and I think that shows because I don't have as clear of a thing that's been working towards the surface with me. So I guess for a wish, I hope that I'm able to do something satisfying and dramatic with that. Like I've dropped hints here and there and stuff, but I haven't like really kept it on pace.
Well, and I think you're doing what I love too, which is you're letting Gerard talk to you, right? You're letting what this is emerge in the same way I think Kyle is doing with Cody. I think Cody started talking a little earlier than maybe for you, right? That he started to form a little bit earlier than you. But I think we are really, really starting to see Gerard getting pushed, and to the point where like you did a great job with this. I thought of you're now like in the F it phase. Like this is all. I loved it too. We're just like, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm sure she got killed. Like totally believable, right? And it's great when you're a player and seeing a player do that, where you make the decision like, where is Gerard right now? And then you play that, which I just think is great.
Yeah, and everything that happens is just gonna like validate his theory. Once he
Right.
got that in his head, it's like it's a brain worm that he can't get out.
Very,
So
very
yeah,
cool
I do
choice.
really like the character of Gerard. You've got some players that are snipers, and then you've got some players that can't shut the hell up.
So what are you wishing this doesn't end with?
Um,
What would disappoint you?
it's hard to quantify, but I don't like loose threads.
Mm,
So I hope that whatever we land on makes sense for everybody. Like
I think
I
it's
hope we all
super
can
important that
agree
it
fully
does.
on.
Yeah, I think I really think it's smart for the 4 of you. I mean, you got 11 clues with complexity 6, but as you guys know, you don't use them all, right? And I do think it's going to be really important that you piece this together. And I think it needs to be a solid answer before we roll, which is not just and by the way, the where I cut it credits was just amazing, right? When you say like the TV Odyssey coming back, I think that can definitely be a part of it, but we still need to know what it is, right? And I think I think I'm going to really push the 4 of you to get very specific in order to me accept these clues and accept this answer before we can roll. Because I think we deserve that. The 5 of us do. For sure. Mr. Nacho's Muscle says, I find it very fun about the system that the players can influence solving the case, the ending so much that it's going to be hard to be disappointed as a player. It's a good point, right? You guys, I don't have an ending, right?
Yeah, I think the challenge is with this system set up the way it is, the clues can't be too specific.
Yeah.
Which means it's hard for them to be a really concrete answer to anything. And I would almost like I'm not a designer. I don't know how I would change anything. I would almost like the clues to be even more specific, but for there to be so many of them that you can pick the ones that like work for your theory, which I think is what the goal is. But it's going to be challenged to get it to be really conclusive.
One of the parts that I've struggled with a little bit is in the book, I am supposed to be making decisions about what's happening as the game progresses. And then I'm supposed to be going into this final mystery, really having a much clearer sense of what is happening. I decided not to do that on purpose, only because the way that you guys have been piecing the clues together has been so great. I don't think I needed to do that. And at some point, I want to talk to Jason about this to make sure I'm not misunderstanding. It seems like a pretty drastic change for the role of the keeper to start creating canon all of a sudden when I don't do it before. But it's also possible that I'm not interpreting it correctly, right, when I read it. So at some point, I'm going to ask Jason to talk about that a little bit. So it's very similar in Brindlewood Bay too. There's kind of this shift in the role of the keeper, and it's very possible that if I do another card from Brindlewood game and actually do it rules as written, which is typically you should do that first before you make changes. I'm the idiot in this scenario. It's very possible that that's a much better experience. I don't know, but I did make the choice to say, you know what, I'm not going to decide who the big man is. I'm not going to decide what happened to TV Odyssey. So we'll see what happens. Anybody want to get some plugs in before we bounce? All right. When are we back? In 2 weeks?
I think so.
I think so.
I think we were trying to shoot for that.
I think we were too. So yeah, keep your eyes on the socials, follow Third Floor Wars on everywhere, and you'll see what our schedules are. If you're already a patron, that means you're in the Discord, and I post the events for each episode, as well as let everybody know what's coming up. This is game number 2. We're kicking ass, guys. I can't wait. Talk soon.
Yeah. Thanks.
Howdy, friends. Thank you for watching. All our content is archived and organized in playlists on the Third Floor Wars YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you could like, follow, subscribe, and even set your notifications to this channel on YouTube and Twitch, we'd appreciate it. and it'll make sure that you catch all of our content. I talk with creators, designers, and experts across the gaming landscape in every episode of our podcast, Tabletop Talk. Open up your favorite podcatcher and search for Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars. Support your creators. They make the content you love, and it's your support that makes it happen. If you want to help us, go to Third Floor Wars on patreon.com, and you can help us for as little as $1 a month. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care.